Richardson and his hilarious phone pranks. If you can't get enough of telephonies, then this is a Big 10-4, good buddy, so listen up. Frickamall Industries and its Service Plaza Interstate Entertainment and Humor Division present world-famous trucker Floyd Tucker. It's his debut album and cassette called On the Phone Again.
Hi, good morning, River City.
Yes, sir, I needed to know if y'all carried 16-pound balls.
This is River City Dry Cleaning.
Pardon me?
River City Dry Cleaning?
Well, you wouldn't happen to have the number for River City Bowling Alley.
Hello, River City Lanes, where we set them up and you knock them down. Can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. Do you happen to have 16 Miss, did you happen to have a fella that might be able to answer the phone if I called you back directly?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm the only one here right now.
Well, good night.
Oh, and here's another classic.
Hello, Jerry's Taco World. Can I take your order?
Yes, sir. Homer says what?
Excuse me?
Wait a minute. Homer says, excuse me.
I can't understand you, sir.
Well, Homer says I can't understand you. Get it?
Pardon me?
Homer says, pardon me.
Sir,
Get it?
And this one never fails.
good afternoon, River City's Tobacco.
Yes, sir. Do you happen to have Prince Charles in a can? Albert! Hang on a minute. Do you happen to have Prince Charles and Albert? Let's be queer, I guess.
This one's bound for the Telephone Prank Hall of Fame.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir. Is your refrigerator running?
Is this a power company?
No.
Well, my refrigerator's not running. The power's been out for an hour. Yeah, the kids are really hungry, and it's a bad scene here. I'm going to have to throw out a bunch of food.
Well, I hate to hear that. No, that's why beef jerky comes in handy in times of trouble. Cured ham, much the same. Let it go bad, a lot of salt in it. I don't know what your sodium intake is. Of course, I have to watch my cholesterol.
Excuse me, I have to go.
Is your refrigerator running?
Hilarious. It's world-famous trucker Floyd Tucker on the phone again.
Good morning, River City Regional Airport.
Yes, sir, I need you to page somebody for me.
Alrighty.
You'd be so kind to page Mr. I.P. Butts.
Pardon me?
I mean, could you page a fella by the name of Seymour Daly?
What?
Excuse me, could you page a traveler by the name of Bobby Smoker?
Sir, come on. Don't you mean Richard Smoker?
Well, I reckon you're right. Good night.
Don't call us. He'll call you. And will he ever?
Hi, and thanks for calling. To get started, are you calling about a new reservation or old reservation?
I was called in for you
Just
to
say
page
new
Pat
or
McGroin.
old.
Pat McGroin.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand you.
Pat
Let's
McGroin.
try again.
You can't order by phone. You can't order by the internet. You can only get this hilarious album and tape at a truck stop. Not all of them, most of them, and you kind of have to look for it. It's kind of on the counter, usually right over by the beef jerky.
Are you calling for a new reservation
Well,
or old reservation?
He's not an old
Please
friend.
speak
He's
clearly
Pat
and
McGroin.
just say new.
Buy two and get a free Dusty Pecan roll.
Pat McGroin.
What's it gonna take, huh? What do you think? What's it gonna take? Hi, everybody. How are you?
Good. Thanks, Dave.
There's no morning. There's no evening. There's no up. There's no down.
That was a request from Dave.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
We certainly appreciate that.
It's the Bob and Tom Show. Did they do a study? Put human beings in a cave.
Yeah.
Found out their
famously.
sleep cycle was like
26 hours or
6
something.
hours or something, and a 28-hour day or something.
They put people underground for a long time. They don't have a normal 24-hour cycle.
Right.
because there's no sun. Is that what's happening to you?
You look up and you've watched 9 seasons of Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, that's happening to me.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, you're not the only one.
A little bit. Hi, Tom.
Wait till you hear the ratings for Tiger King.
Hi, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
Hi, Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chick.
Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick McGee.
Hello, Ace Cosby. There he is. And
Sound like you're in a drive-through, Pat.
Here we go.
I am.
You know,
once again, see,
perhaps if you didn't mention it, we could just go right along.
No,
make the best.
There are these
out of-
2 windows because we've got them isolated here.
Maybe he'll listen to you.
It's like you pull up and you pay Christy, then drive up to Pat's window and get your order.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
They've kind of done away with the first window. Have you noticed that?
A lot of places have.
Right?
Yeah.
No, but I went to Chick-fil-A, and man, they've got a system.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They've got people outside.
Sure.
And
Tents.
it was
And by the way,
unbelievable.
Chick-fil-A, I am ready, willing, and eager to do a trade. anything the old Chickster can do for Chick-fil-A, I'd be.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a while, but with all this stuff going on, but
I'm behind alternative.
that's-
Like I've said, I'm behind alternative lifestyles, but man, that chicken's good.
Oh, it is good.
Man, oh man.
I've been doing a lot of cooking myself. My hands are raw. And how are your appliances holding up, Christy?
Oh, so far, keep my fingers crossed.
What will be the
My
worst?
washing machine makes a weird noise, though, every time I do a load. I'm
I mean,
waiting.
If you get dishwasher, washing machine, dryer, and refrigerator, I think the most important one right now, probably refrigerator.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, and hot water heater. Oh no, it's not a hot water heater. It's a hot water heater. But that's under a lot of strain too, right?
Yeah, thank God I just got a new one.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Got the big boy.
Did you guys
No,
lose power last
I got
night?
For like 10 minutes, yeah.
I got the what do you call it? Tankless.
Tankless.
That's right.
It's a tankless
It's
task.
a tankless. Yeah.
That's the best. By the way, those are great.
Just kind of
So
hangs
you
on the
never
wall,
run
though.
out of hot water, do you?
No, but because the one before, I don't know much about these sort of things, but when they go after about 10 years, they tend to have all the water come out. So if they're now, fortunately, I live in a ranch, but back in the day, I had one on upstairs, and there's nothing worse than maybe fire damage or having several gallons of water spilling through your ceiling.
Now, if you recall yesterday, we were talking about Tom and his most private of activities at home.
Yes.
His loved one.
Right.
And there was a gentleman we were talking about. I believe Christy brought up bringing food in the bedroom and chocolate sauce and things like this.
Not a fan.
And possibly ice cubes on nipples, things like that.
I don't like food in the bedroom. Period. I don't like breakfast in bed.
No.
I've
You
never been
hate
either.
breakfast in bed.
Yeah,
you hate room service.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You don't go down to Disney World so you can spend a lot of time in your room. You go downstairs to the hotel. Mickey's in there.
Oh, but there are other people, right, Chick?
right. So anyway, my new best friend Jared, who works at ConAgra Foods,
Yes.
sent us an email that said, "Hey, I can get you some Ready Whip in the canisters if Tom wants to use it on his old lady." So,
Right.
as you can see, this is the first of many cans of Ready Whip that were delivered
Whoa.
Is it
yesterday.
chocolate?
Is it chocolate?
We got chocolate. We got classic. We got 2 cases. Feel free, ladies and gentlemen, here in the building to jump in. But Tom,
Thanks, Jared. My
look at
kids will
that.
be thrilled.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
and
By the
it
way-
is delicious, man.
I'm sure. We could have used it last night because we did
Oh,
homemade.
really? Oh, you a little whipped cream in the bedroom?
Oh, there we go.
We could have used
Finally.
me and the old
No,
lady.
no. we were
Not you and the old lady?
we were recreating. We found a recipe to make at home the Dairy Queen Blizzard.
Cool.
Do those ever work, though?
Yes.
It works? Really?
Yeah. The key is you take your mixer and you put the stainless steel bowl thing
Right.
in the refrigerator and get it cool. We might have even put it in the freezer now that I think about it. And then you whip the ice cream. Chick is filleting.
Oh, he's really
himself
having at it.
with-
Yeah, there you go. Some chocolate.
That's lovely.
Chocolate Ready Whip there.
What does that look like?
Well, 2 girls, 1 cup.
There it is. Chocolate Ready Whip.
Someone do a screenshot.
Honestly, I did not know they made chocolate ready whip.
Oh, my
didn't either.
goodness. You know what?
That would have been good on my homemade. My home. By the way, I did the test. When you
What
get the
test?
blizzard at Dairy
Are you
Queen.
pregnant? Oh, what?
No. At Dairy Queen, when you get the blizzard, they put the spoon in and turn it upside down.
Of course, yes.
And this worked.
Oh, please. Oh,
What flavor did you make?
Didn't fall out on the floor.
Oreo M&M.
Ah.
It would have been great to have that topping, though. Thank you, Jared. But no, I bet that doesn't mean I'm going to take it into the bedroom. What do you put? You put Visqueen sheets on your bed and
You know what? Just
slurp around all night in your own
take
goo.
Chick's doing a whippet.
Stop it,
Shut up,
Chick.
Josh. Be cool, man. Be cool, Josh.
Just take
Come on, buddy. Gee,
take
what
a
narc.
can and just put it on the nightstand. Just see if it's mentioned at all.
Yeah. Just
You don't
Yeah.
mention it. Just have it on there. and just
take
see.
a can home and take a picture of it on your nightstand.
And see what happens. Maybe she'll go, finally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
yes. At last, the door's been open.
I tell you what, I have $1,000 that says that doesn't happen. In fact, I could put a case in the bedroom.
You know what?
That wouldn't happen.
There's nothing like a quick surprise, to mix it up
You
a little bit.
After 9 years,
At the very
come
least,
on.
it'll be a funny joke.
Yes.
What would it feel like to get one of those thrown at your eye?
Well, I certainly don't think she'd react in that way.
She'd probably laugh.
This all started with a ridiculous. Everything out there now, it comes from some jackass on the internet, and this all started with this thing incredibly inappropriate on something that
TikTok?
on
We're
TikTok.
talking about ice cubes in the vagina?
Why
Yeah.
do you talk this way about
Yeah.
incredibly inappropriate? No,
It's not
just-
inappropriate.
It's just something else.
People
that's
have
all.
been bringing food into the bedroom for a long time.
No, but I'm
You're
talking
judging.
about I'm talking about why we were discussing it yesterday because there was a news story.
Yes, I
that
have it
on
here.
TikTok there are videos of I guess it's the videos of the faces of women as they thrust ice into their
mommy
most
parts.
private area, which they've got a doctor saying this is dangerous.
Yeah.
And I don't know who thinks this is great. Some guy that wants to feel like Dr. Noguchi with Marilyn Monroe's corpse loosening his belt.
Dr. Jennifer Lincoln cautions, stop.
Not a necrophilia thing.
I don't know what other point it would be.
TikTok
Okay.
ice cube trend could lead to problems like ice sticking to, burning, or ripping the delicate skin of your vagina, ladies.
Love it.
Well,
And
first
some
of
people
all,
are into that.
But it's
not a necrophilia thing.
no, but it's not a smart thing.
It's also not a cooler. Although I knew a woman who wouldn't shave. We called it her Yeti.
And I know a woman, you put water up there, ice cubes would come out. I'll tell you that. I can tell you that right now.
I knew a woman, if you put ice cubes in there, it would come out crushed ice. So,
Oh, really?
that's no
So how'd she get away?
Yeah.
Or maybe she did.
Well, what about the ice cube oral sex trick, Josh?
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on. Yeah.
You ever had that done to you?
Yes.
Excuse me, this is far too graphic.
What are you? What at him? He's honestly wigged
You
out.
got weirded out, didn't you?
No. This is the 2020, baby. We're in a virus. Anything goes. So get used to it.
I'd
So
like to keep
anyway,
my job this week.
there you are, Josh. You got somebody has an ice cube in their mouth.
No, don't go into this, please. We have a lot of other things we have to do. I don't have to have a daiquiri now. What is it, daiquiri? I guess the daiquiri would be.
Wait, let's not even speculate as to what that would be. You can't yell at us about you keeping your job.
When you're yelling about daiquiris.
Oh, daiquiri, sorry. I don't drink. I'm not familiar with the terminology. Obviously. Daiquiri, not daiquiri.
I love it for
Hickory, daiquiri,
every
dock.
time for just like 2.5 seconds. Josh gets genuinely mad. I love it. And then he rears right back.
There has to be a bar called the Hickory Daiquiri Dock.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Or the Hickory Daiquiri Dock. It's
Maybe they serve daiquiri.
whatever you're into, ladies.
Now that
it's okay with me.
is a first break.
Absolutely.
I lost my place.
Speaking of jobs, Tom.
Wow. Yeah, here's something important from ZipRecruiter. Right now, we cannot be overwhelmed. We have to work. We have to work to keep our loved ones safe, to protect our communities. Got to stay strong, got to stay connected, got to stay focused. We have to work to inspire, to innovate, to build new solutions. But for all this work, we have to work together. At ZipRecruiter, they connect employers with people every day. But today is different. ZipRecruiter is partnering with first responders, government officials, the medical community, innovators, and the manufacturing, transportation, and food distribution industries to make sure we're finding the right people for the right jobs right now. That's the most important thing. So let's work together. ZipRecruiter.com/work together for more information. A lot of people looking for work, and a lot of places need workers with special skills. So check out ZipRecruiter.com/work together. Thank you very much, ZipRecruiter. Now, coming up in sports, a bunch of bizarre things, including some fairly kooky world records.
Very strange. Yes, world record. Tiger Woods, NFL rookies, NBA's practicing. There's a team practicing together on virtually, of course. All sorts of things.
We have the Mexican Batman in the news. And
well, it wouldn't be Batman.
The ratings.
It would be Gato's cat. What would
I don't know what the Mexican word for
He calls
bat.
himself the Mexican Batman. I don't know.
What's the name in the tick? Batmanuel?
Batmanuel.
Oh, that's so funny. We also have Donnie Baker coming up, and Jimmy Pardo, one of our favorite comedians, and Al Jackson. Some great stuff coming up today. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Hey, Mark Allison here with you on a Thursday. It is the 9th of April. I hope you're having a great morning so far and a better morning on the way. Of course, because you're here listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. West Coast Mountain correspondent Al Jackson and comedian Jimmy Pardo on the slate today, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk with your entertainment news. Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, and Dave Matthews will perform from their homes on Saturday as a show of support for family farmers and ranchers. At Home with Farm Aid will be streamed at the Farm Aid website and shown on Access TV. Nelson says while farmers and ranchers are considered essential workers during the coronavirus outbreak, many have lost access to markets or seen a drastic drop in prices they receive for their products. Nelson says the online concert will help Farm Aid as it distributes emergency grants. Trace Adkins, Jason Crabb, and T. Graham Brown will do an Easter edition of the Saturday evening broadcast from the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. Maddie and Tay will host a special pre-show. The Opry has been closed because of the coronavirus outbreak, but it still has maintained its Saturday night broadcasts, albeit in front of an empty auditorium. And a key figure in the impeachment case against former President Bill Clinton, Linda Tripp, has died. It was she who secretly taped conversations with Monica Lewinsky, in which the White House in turn told her of her affair with Clinton. Tripp died yesterday at the age of 70. Her attorney confirms her death, but offers no details on the cause. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show is on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
At the end of my will, it goes. Ends on a happy note. Actually, at the end of my will, it says...
He's just pushing buttons.
It's Tom's will.
With guest stars.
You know, there is one that he says, The Fugitive.
The Fugitive.
Thank you.
The first one we're playing, play that first one again. It's
Okay.
we're going to play at your memorial. It's
Okay, go.
The Funeral. Starring Tom Griswold.
As himself.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Went walking with my lady a week ago last night. The air was warm and wonderful, the stars were shining bright. We laid down in the forest, I started to get face, when a big swarm of mosquitoes broke up our embrace. So get off when you're walking, get off on summer days. Get off and spray mosquito bites away. Get off on vacation, get off inside the sack. I got off in the grocery store, I never can go back. Jack and Jill Jaworski go camping every June. They crawl inside the sleeping bag and start howling at the moon. Jack was quite excited till mosquitoes bit his face. Jill, she got Jack off and killed the skeeters with the spray. So get off when you're camping, get off on summer days. Get off and spray mosquito bites away. Get off on vacation, get off inside the sack. I got off in the drugstore, I never can go back. You can't beat off. No, you can't beat off.
Bring it down.
It's the best.
Yeah, whenever you can find a time there. 6:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
I would like to speculate that garages in this country will never be cleaner ever, ever, ever. And then it's every closet in the house, every room.
Yeah, you can.
It is kind of like the purge. It's but let's see now. Where was it? Oh, hey, how about that storm last night? Hello.
Oh my gosh, it was awful.
A lot of hail at my house.
Yeah,
Wall of
biggest-
wind is what they called it.
Biggest hail I've ever heard on my roof
Yeah.
last night since I've lived
Tornado sirens down on the south side of Mooresville, and yeah, it was something.
Yeah,
but a beautiful day yesterday, though.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
we dined outside for the first time.
Yeah,
it was very nice.
Tell me everything.
We had Omaha steak hot dogs.
Oh, aren't they amazing?
My kids were so excited.
They're the best, aren't they?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. We want to talk about the weather
well,
today.
when you say Omaha Steaks, I think the all-new Omaha Steaks joke of the day starring Ace Cosby.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. We'll see sunshine today, but it'll be windy and afternoon showers are possible. Look for a high of 51. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 48. Right now, 46 degrees. Big change.
Thank you very much. Coming up, your shot at $1,000. And also coming up today, let's see, you got some great guests. Jimmy Pardo, Al Jackson, and we'll update you on our friend Todd McComas and his conversation with one of the principals from Tiger King and what's going on with that special broadcast. In the meantime, this is the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's see now, we're all in the same room here, but not really. 4 of us are in the big room. Our engineer, Ace Cosby, Chick McGee, Josh Arnold. This is Tom speaking. Over there through the glass, I can see Dean, our producer. Through the glass over there, I see Pat Godwin. Through the glass over there in a different room,
Hi.
it's Christy Lee. So we're doing our social separations. Mike Mark from our staff is once again in his little room.
He's isolated with no window.
Got his mask on. We don't know what he's doing in there.
Working.
Just working, yeah.
Getting you your digital mail.
Cosplay.
Yeah, cosplay.
There you go.
Maybe he's a bookie. I don't know. Jeff Oskey's running the switches on those cameras. And thank you very much. We're also streaming out on YouTube.
If he's a bookie, he's poor right now.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Now we're going to join Chick McGee on the sports page right now. What do you got going on?
The big story in sports on the internet, it's almost breaking the internet. It's called Quarantine House, and it's who would you like to be trapped with in a house as far as sports figures go? Are you tracking with me?
Yeah.
You got me?
Yeah, sure.
So there are different houses. For instance, the sports house. I'm house 3, except for if you can figure out Colin Cowherd, Chris Fowler, Bill Simmons, Charissa Thompson, Rebecca Lowe, and Dick Vitale. That's the house that I'd be in, other than we'd have to put Vitale out on the lawn, I think, for a couple. And then,
I remember when Dick Vitale, do you remember this a few years back? He was on the air with us, and he said he gave a pitch to sell his house. Remember this, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was trying to, yeah.
Yep.
He lived
practically an audio tour of the house as we were talking.
He lived in a neighborhood that a number of very famous baseball players lived there.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting.
House number 1 is offered at Stephen A. Smith, Jim Nance, Rob Stone, Jay Billis, Doris Burke, and Pam Oliver. That's a pretty good house, except for Stephen A. is a pretty polarizing figure. But they also do it with celebrities. Josh, how about where did it go? Well, now it went away. Never mind. This is a dead bit in the water. Sorry.
Yeah, incredibly boring.
Yep. The NFL, not what he said off the air. The NFL is turning the league's 2020 draft into a 3-day fundraiser to help 6 charities dealing with the coronavirus pandemic. The draft-a-thon announced yesterday will benefit COVID relief efforts and pay tribute to healthcare workers and first responders. Commissioner Goodell said in a statement yesterday, draft-a-thon will deliver much-needed funding to many who are suffering, as well as those on the front line of the virus. But they also released this yesterday. As the NFL prepares to celebrate the arrival of hundreds of new players during the draft, the league is ultra sensitive to the possibility that those celebrations could be marred by the emergence of past tweets from these brand new NFL players.
Sure. Yeah.
And those tweets
This seems to happen every year.
Those tweets that reflect poorly on a given player and in turn on the National Football League. Ergo, per league source, the NFL has advised agents to, and this is my new favorite term you got optics, you got all sorts of, proactively scrub negative tweets from prospect accounts to ensure
Is
that
proactively really a word?
That none of these messages surface during this critical time.
Doesn't it mean do it before it happens or something?
Proactive?
Yeah.
We're going to do it before.
Get ahead of it?
So, don't you think that they should have very quietly done this? Rather, because now won't a bunch of sports reporters
be on it now?
They know who the top, 200 prospects are.
Sure.
So isn't someone copying all their tweets right now so they can, as soon as they find out what happens? And no, Pat Godwin's in the Nuremberg room.
Players on the internet all day long, posting stuff on Twitter, sometimes they're wrong. All the future members of this team, look at your post, check your Twitter feed. They could be sexist. Tweet. Tweet, tweet. They could be racist. Tweets. Tweet, tweet. Erase your bad post or you'll be fired after you sign. Tweet, tweet.
I like it. Tweet, tweet.
Yes.
Sadly true.
Yeah.
Did you get these guys when they were in 10th grade, drunk one night? They tweeted
10th
something.
grade.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
really? Come on, really? Star of the football team, summer of 10th grade.
Good year, huh?
Yeah, something happened, maybe. They tweeted about it, and it comes back to haunt them. Smart idea, but don't you think that there are people right now copying everything of the top 200 guys? I'm just guessing.
How boring would that be to have to go through somebody's tweets? Ugh.
Well,
I got two words for you.
Got time.
Intern.
Yeah, no joke.
I know.
Just hope the guy that you draft went to Brigham Young or something.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, in the world we're living in now, not only do you have to scrub your hands, you have to scrub your social media.
Yeah. Well, if we stopped coddling false outrage, not that many people are actually offended by what people tweet. We just like to pretend that we are.
I think the well-adjusted realize it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a tweet and their words, and they really don't. Yeah.
Maybe do you think maybe the
it's quiet now.
College coaches should have hey, welcome to our team, by the way. Erase all that.
Well, I'm sure I'm sure all those reality shows about college quarterbacks and things that I watch, they have seminars pretty much on how to behave and don't do this, don't do that, because they have to be, told, because they've never been told no.
It's called the Manziel effect.
Yeah. I mean, they have a rookie symposium every year at the National Football League.
How not to lose all your money.
How not to be a jerk. I mean, Pat McAfee is
one of the coaches,
one of the speakers.
Yeah, sure.
Here's what I did. Don't please learn from my mistakes. Yeah. And they still mistake. It's human nature.
Yeah. Well, it's because they get mixed messaging all season long. Hey, you need to behave yourself. You need to, and then, hey, you're number one. You can do anything you want.
That's right.
I mean, so what are these kids supposed to do?
Say anything you want except this. Okay?
Right.
No doesn't always mean no. Maybe not necessarily.
Don't do as I do as I say.
Sorry. Where was I?
A Florida man. I love this story, Tom, and Josh and Christy, and all of you. See if you agree with me.
All right.
A Florida man has filed a lawsuit against Tiger Woods and his caddy, claiming he suffered injuries from the caddy pushing him out of the way during a tournament 2 years ago.
Oh, geez.
You guys, and you remember this footage, right?
Yep. A civil complaint filed Tuesday in Pinellas County alleges Brian Baruso tried to take a selfie as Woods approached his tee shot on the 13th. Baruso maintains caddy Joe LaCava intentionally shoved him and caused him to stumble and fall into the crowd. He was treated for injuries.
Oh, come on.
Now he's suing.
And the courts are open?
He's filed a lawsuit. The file's taking place.
This would seem ridiculous at any time, especially when there are kind of other things on people's minds. Oh, God.
Do you think some ambulance chaser got to him, or do you think he himself decided,
cash in, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Litigious.
Does it say what his injuries were?
No, just he was treated. Christy.
Yeah.
He was treated at a local hospital.
Oh, my.
For injury.
Broken jackass.
Man.
They broke my jerk. And,
I don't remember him being shoved per se. Do you?
I don't remember it being anything really. When it happened. Other than, oh, look at this idiot. Yeah.
Guy, get out of the way. You're not supposed to be there anyway.
Right.
Yeah, he's competing and heading to a tee shot.
Yeah.
Can I have a selfie? Oh, don't be a jerk. Oh, really? I'm sorry, I'm at work. It's the same thing when I come into work here in the mornings. There are thousands of people out there. Chick, can I have a selfie? No! I got to come in here and deal with him.
Yeah. But thankfully, you have a team to keep them up.
Absolutely.
Right.
And once again, thank you to my team. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Chick. Team Chick.
Yes.
Hey, Nike, that shoemaker, he's yes, it's a person helping to support healthcare workers during the virus. Nike CEO John Donahoe announced the athletic brand is manufacturing face shields in Oregon and Missouri.
Cool.
Nike delivered the first shipment of donated full face shields to a hospital last Friday.
It's great.
Good.
So way to go, Nike, as they say in the UK.
There are pictures of them. They do not have the Nike logo on them.
Oh, they don't?
That'd be tasteful.
Yeah, they're done in good taste.
Right in the middle, there's
swoosh.
Yeah, there's a swoosh that says "Don't catch it." No, it doesn't. It's it's very good, and they're. Yeah, I guess, and they're going to start cranking them out. So these are the plastic shields that cover the entire face.
Right.
So to avoid
the healthcare workers.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. Did you see that? What's his name? Dr. Fauci was wearing a Nike headband during the press conference. I thought that was kind of.
Oh, that was the one trade-off. Okay, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's a lie. Okay. But when you, by the way, when you do wear one, it's very safe because you're breathing in air from Jordan. It's a Nike. You see.
Wow. That's barely a sentence, let alone a joke. Hey, speaking of basketball, the Los Angeles Clippers are getting together for workouts while the NBA season is suspended. How long are these rich folks going to be able to sustain during the virus? Up to 10 players at a time tune in to do workouts led by the team's performance staff online since the league shut down practice facilities. They've also been using workout equipment tailored for each player and provided by the team. Coach Doc Rivers, not really a doctor, says that's led to trash talking while watching each other work out. And team
so are they? I'm confused. Are they? At their homes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, where else would they be? They can't go anywhere.
You said they had 10 together.
So 10 on like a Zoom.
Via video conference calls.
Okay, sorry.
That's also in the sentence. If you had been listening, instead of reading 9 different things and being distracted all the time.
Sorry.
That's kind of funny. You're trying to work out, and then you got 9 other guys on a conference call going, "You suck."
Is that all you're going to lift?
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on.
You eat it.
There's 12 players on the team, so two people are being left out.
Yeah, why don't they just go with 12?
There's a chance that Zoom can't handle 12.
Boy, I'm glad I read this. I'm glad I visited this story. Boy,
yeah,
oh boy.
or maybe they can. I don't know.
I think they can handle up to 100 people at a time, can't they? Or something
Holy
crazy?
cow! You have to really squint to look at everybody in that.
Still reminds me of either Hollywood Squares or the beginning of the Brady Bunch.
Sure.
Yeah.
On the Zoom.
I still can't figure that out either.
I understand we have some world records coming up.
The Major League Baseball season could possibly start in May. With teams traveling to play each other in Arizona, with 10 ballparks within 50 miles of each other in the Phoenix area, or as I like to say, Pahonix, and one Major League Stadium, Chase Field. Fans would not be allowed into the stadiums, of course, and according to ESPN, other changes might include so-called robot umpires.
What?
That is a ball. Oh, man, come on, it's a strike. I'm sorry, it was a ball.
Oh, man, you are out of here.
A little rhubarb, me and a robot ump. Huh?
The umpires are wearing a mask anyway. Why can't they be there?
Well, would you have to be with official COVID N95 face mask
exactly.
of the umpire?
The robots would preside over an electronic strike zone to keep the umpires away from the catcher and the batter. Other changes.
How do you tag a guy?
Other changes, including the elimination of all meetings at the mound, 7-inning doubleheaders to cram in as many games as possible, expanded rosters, and players sitting in the stands instead of the dugout so they can stay 6 feet apart.
Oh, well, see, that the best part of that would be the hot dog vendors. they cut. These guys are all sitting in the stands, popcorn, hot dog, downing one of those stadium beers.
I don't think the vendors.
Put me in, Coach.
Hot ice cream, hot dogs. Now, are the batters allowed to be within 6 feet of the plate? Because the catcher's right there.
He's right there, yeah. Seriously, what's the difference between the catcher being right there and the
umpire? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Why don't they just calm down?
Yeah.
Surely they'll have money left. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. Why are they in such a hurry to get this going?
Because if they get it going, there'd be something to actually watch on television. So
there's plenty to see.
The catchers.
How about something that's a little more, shall we say, existential, something that's happening now. We don't know the outcome of it. It's not a pre-recorded movie.
Everything you know is wrong. You know that, right?
Okay.
You know that.
Stupid world record.
Hey.
Yeah.
Guess who is crushing records during quarantine?
Not that Michigan guy again.
No. It's our buddy David Rush, right?
David Rush, ladies and gentlemen. He's broken the Guinness World Record for most tennis balls caught in a basket on his back in 1 minute.
It's a great video.
Oh, man.
Love this guy.
You're out of your mind. You know that?
It's fun. This guy's having fun.
You want to be quarantined with David Rush, don't you? He could sit and talk about all his records, all his planning.
The guy.
See one
he's got a big. Literally, it's a laundry basket strapped in his back like a backpack.
With the help of his friend Jonathan Hannon, I'm not using his nickname.
He's wearing a face mask, Mr. Hannon.
Rush caught 85 tennis balls in a basket that he'd strapped to his back.
So he's got a basket on his back and he's hunched over like he's in a Vietnamese rice paddy?
Yes.
Besting the previous record of 66. Well, isn't this Jonathan Hannon guy, the guy who's helping David Rush, isn't he the record setter for getting 85 tennis balls in the basket? Isn't that David Rush standing there?
Mr. Rush has to move around to catch the balls. I mean, this is an amazing record.
What do you mean move around?
Do you know that
what do you say?
The previous record for the most balls in the back was held by that porn star, Nina Hartley?
Oh, yeah, she took a lot.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
108 tennis balls were thrown in the 60-second time frame. Rush caught at a 79% rate. He wrote on his website, and that's a view, that they used a backpack laundry basket Hannon's wife had purchased months earlier that coincidentally met all the Guinness specifications. According to Rush, Guinness has modified its rules during the pandemic to allow for fewer witnesses, provided there's video evidence and stopwatches are captured.
And there's written evidence that his wife is enabling this.
It's fun.
Purchasing the
you guys are opposed to fun?
It's not.
Kinda, yeah.
It's not fun.
I venture to say,
real stupid.
We should get a laundry basket, attach it to Josh's back,
so what?
and watch you have some kind of spaz contest after 1 minute. They got 2.
But you're missing my point as usual, and you're assuming things that I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
What's the guy who's throwing the balls into the basket is the record setter, not the guy catching the balls.
It's a team effort.
He's just standing there.
Why don't they both have the record?
He's just standing there.
He's given Healthy Hansen, or whatever his name is.
Don't use his dumb nickname. His nickname's Healthy.
Healthy Hannon.
Healthy Hannon it is. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
It's a great record. Thank you very much. I want to remind you that, I had another great shave this morning. And who is it? The Surgeon General or somebody's advising men with beards to shave them off, by the way, during all this COVID stuff. So if you're thinking of getting a great shave, I'd recommend Harry's Razors. The Harry stories. A couple guys a few years ago were going, wait a minute, we're paying way too much for these razors. They went into investigate the whole thing, and they found a plant that's been making steel for 100 years, more or less, and they started making Harry's razors with the greatest steel out there. The important thing is to get rid of all the gimmicks. Just get down to the essence of a great razor. Right now, Harry's has the greatest offer ever, and especially now because you don't have to go to the drugstore to get Harry's razors. They'll mail them right to you with free shipping if you use the code Bob and Tom at Harry's.com. It's all the essentials, a super quality durable blades, a fair price, about $2 per blade, about half of what you'd pay for the fancy ones. Some of the stuff they have in these razors now is so ridiculous. They look like vacuum cleaners, and when you put a battery in it so it shapes like you've got a palsy, that's a good idea. I need something really sharp. No, let's face it. Shaving is pretty simple. That's why you need simplicity and beauty and great design. What do you get right now? You get the razor, the weighted handle, which, by the way, is a really well-designed, ergonomically correct. Foaming shave gel, the travel cover for $3. Then how much to ship it, Josh?
It's free.
So the box arrives at your house. You've spent $3. You get to try the greatest razors out there. Harry's.com. Just make sure you use the code Bob and Tom. That helps Harry's, and it helps us, too. Harry's.com. The code is Bob and Tom. Great blades at a great price. Harry's.com. You don't have to walk through the drugstore worrying about breathing that air. The guy before you, coughing, sneezing. No. They bring it right to your door. Harry's.com. The code is Bob and Tom. We're coming right back. Do we have another world record?
Yes.
No,
you do.
But
I have it in here. I
this
forgot to
is
give it to you.
worse than I ever imagined. This laundry basket catch. The video for it is stupider than you could even imagine. Now he thinks he's a talk show host.
Is stupider
it's
a word?
unbelievable.
Stupider a word?
Dumber.
Okay, good. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. BobandTom@BobandTom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
West Coast Mountain correspondent Al Jackson and one of our favorites, comedian Jimmy Pardo, on the way on a Thursday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Yes, we are still here live. We are, essential to the broadcast industry here at the Bob and Tom Show, dispensing information across the country about the coronavirus and its effects, and also having fun. That's the main thing. We want to keep you informed and laughing. The informed part comes from Christy Lee. The laughing part comes from everyone else. I don't know. Bob and Tom on the way.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The National Football League is turning the league's 2020 draft into a 3-day fundraiser to help 6 charities dealing with the virus. The Draftathon announced yesterday will benefit COVID-19 relief efforts and pay tribute to healthcare workers and first responders. Commissioner Goodell says in a statement that the Draftathon will deliver much-needed funding to many who are suffering, as well as those on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. A Florida man has filed a lawsuit against Tiger Woods and his caddy, claiming he suffered injuries from the caddy pushing him out of the way during a tournament 2 years ago. The civil complaint filed Tuesday in Pinellas County and alleges Brian Baruso tried to take a selfie as Woods approached a tee shot left of the 13th green in the third round of the Valspar Championship. Baruso maintains caddy Joe LaCava intentionally shoved him and caused him to stumble and fall into the crowd before being treated for injuries at a hospital. And from the NBA, the Los Angeles Clippers are getting together for workouts while the season is suspended via video conference calls. Up to 10 players at a time tune in to do workouts led by the team's performance staff since the league shut down practice facilities because of the virus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I'm not sure if you guys heard or not, but I heard with this pandemic, since some people can't leave their house, there's a condom shortage.
What? I didn't know.
I heard some people washing out their rubbers and reusing them.
Donnie.
I swear to God. You're thinking what I'm thinking. Thank God every rubber's got two sides. Because could you imagine? When I come from the school, you're supposed to turn the rubber inside out and leave it in the sun for 12 hours.
Really?
Right.
Put it right next to the sun tea, Josh. When the sun tea's ready, so's your rubbers.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
And now a message from the Bob and Tom Pet Care Company.
Here, Figsy. Come here, boy. Good boy. Whoa. Hey, Dad. Figsy's breath really stinks.
Oh, I know, Sam. Ugh. It smells like Figsy's been eating his own poop again.
Oh. Gee, if only they made something to make his breath smell better. Sorry, Figs. We'll have to play Frisbee some other time. You're just like a furry turd.
Sound familiar? Does your dog love to dine on his own dog logs, leaving his breath smelling like a stopped-up commode? Well, have we got the answer for you? It's a peppermint-flavored lozenge made especially for dogs like yours. Introducing new Extra Mints.
Here, Figsy. Golly, that is some bad breath. Here, Figsy, try one of these new excrements. Wow, what a difference, huh, Dad?
You bet, Sam. Figsy's face may be covered in his own feces, but his breath is minty fresh.
Hey, Dad, look. Figsy's licking his crotch again. Do you think his breath is still fresh?
We'll never know, son.
Oh, God.
We'll never know. Hey, Sam, you know why a dog licks his own...
Yeah, because he can. I've heard it a million times.
Extra Mints. Fetch some today.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
I just went on a date with one girl, and she was wearing a skirt and a pair of jeans under the skirt. Like she was trying to say, hey, Matt, here's two things you're not getting into tonight.
Oh, hello there, Sonny. It's Morgan Freeman.
Oh, hey, Morgan.
How y'all doing?
Good.
I'm fine. Thank you very kindly.
Oh, nice.
I understand you have someone there that was talking about men making noises during sexual encounter.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I understand you said you've never heard a man make a noise before.
Oh.
Apparently, you've never been to Shawshank, Sonny.
Now, in Shawshank Prison, is there a lot of noise?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to sleep at night.
I'll bet.
Andy Dufresne came to Shawshank Prison back in 1947.
Uh-huh.
And he had a nickname that he was known by.
What's that?
Oh, please stop.
6:48 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Whoa.
I know. Consistency, that's what I like.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm distracted. I'm just still trying to find out if stupider is a word. Where was I? I know. I'm here. This is Tom. Let's see. That's Ace, our engineer. Chick McGee is across the way, at least 15 feet from me. We're socially distancing. That's a good color on you, Josh Arnold.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's a nice color. It's kind of a plaid blue on blue.
Oh.
Blue on blue. Christy Lee's in the next room over there. She's been voted off the island. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, well.
No, we're trying to keep our social distance. So there's Dean back there in a glass booth. Behind the glass over there in the drive-through window, it's Pat Godwin, formerly the Nuremberg Room.
Mm-hmm. Take your order.
Good taste prevailed, and we changed the name of it.
Mm-hmm. But you keep bringing it up.
Okay, to try to help people visualize. If you want to really visualize, we're on YouTube worldwide right now. So happy to be here. Thank you very much. And we were discussing the word stupider. And is it a word?
I guess I could have looked it up. I don't remember if that's one that's a word or not.
But we were talking about this world record from our friend David Rush from Idaho, who has many, many world records. He's a juggler. He's an artist. He's a teacher.
That doesn't make it right.
And this particular world record, he has strapped on an actual laundry basket. I think he's in the front hall of his house. and his friend, the notorious Jonathan Healthy Hannon, is heaving tennis balls at him. And the idea is for him to catch the balls. This is a record that you could practice for at your home with your kids.
But the record's not David Rush. It's Healthy Hannon. He's giving him great throws.
I know. I'm watching. I'm watching Healthy Hannon. He's a terrible shot. I mean, we need to get an NBA guy in here that can nail this stuff.
Never mind.
Or perhaps a juggler.
Well, that would be even more unfair.
Well, Chick, if you don't like it, you can correctly say that it is stupider than something that you do like.
As opposed to more stupid?
You can say either.
Okay, all right.
Both are correct.
When you look that up, is there a picture of Chick?
What about, yes. Yeah, that's me. What about Offler?
Name calling.
Offler, how about that?
I mean, technically, since it's 2 syllables, maybe, but
Offler.
No, there are other words to
Doesn't sound right to the ear.
The best thing about this is he's doing this during the coronavirus thing.
Inside his home, it looks like.
And Healthy Hannon has a mask on.
Sure.
And it's a record for catching things in an era when we're all trying not to catch something. I think the irony of that has been lost on many.
And I had to take a look at it. I thought a laundry basket, to me, I thought it would be like a table. And he would be throwing balls into the laundry basket. But this is actually...
No, it's on his back. He strapped it on like a backpack.
I know, but you could put it on your back. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
that's what we needed to hear, a papoose, for those who haven't seen the video.
Of all the world records we've ever done, this is the worst one.
No, this is interesting because anyone could do this at home.
And the last thing
you could take your kids this afternoon,
Yes.
duct tape on a basket, and have them practice this. Of course, you'd have to have 100 tennis balls.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe now, if not now, when? This might be the perfect time for people to lose their minds about this.
Yeah, there's a lot of records you could be practicing for.
Send us the video. Give it a shot.
We'd love to see it.
Strap stuff to your kid and throw tennis balls at him.
Or send us the video so we can block you.
Or frying pans.
Yeah. Send us a video and accompany that with "How do I see you on YouTube?" If you don't know how to watch us on YouTube, go out on your deck or out in the backyard, sit in a chair, and examine all the choices you've ever made.
I didn't know. I had to find out that you
Chick thinks that Chick makes the incorrect assumption.
You can ask your computer instead of us. Ask your computer.
If Chick watches these TV shows on networks that, in order to get them, you have to have a semen stain from the Pope. But he thinks everybody on Earth knows. Oh well, that's on the Yahtzee network, which is of course a subdivision of the Cramner network.
Hey,
Cramner does some good programming.
Cramner, that's the best.
They're the Tiffany network. A man and
You sound like Ozzy there.
There's more. A man in the UK has officially set the Guinness World Record for making the world's largest Rubik's Cube. Tony Fisher regained the title after making a functional Rubik's Cube measuring 6.5 feet on each side.
Can he solve it?
He first achieved the record in 2016, a model that measured just over 5 feet on each side.
Yeah.
But his record was broken in 2018 by a Canadian Science Museum,
who he quickly murdered.
Last November,
is he a nerd or a geek? What's the distinction?
Set out to take back the title with the project. It took him 330 hours to build. And the attempt has now been confirmed.
Does it have to be a working Rubik's Cube, I would assume?
Yes, it
does,
working. And
it doubles as one of those tiny houses, by the way.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, if you get it just right, you can open a door and move in.
Yeah, it's kind of a bitch to.
You got to get it just right.
In a hurry, yeah.
Yeah.
Got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you got to move it all around. Wait a minute, where's the door?
And I expect Josh to be equally outraged.
Okay, yeah, I'm already almost there.
A street in New Zealand, this is a world record.
Okay.
A street in New Zealand has been reinstated as the Guinness World Record holder for the world's steepest street.
I kind of like this one, actually.
You like this one?
I'm sorry, I do, because I'm picturing like sitting on a skateboard and going down it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm picturing, I used to live on a street like that, and you know what the problem is?
Parking.
Ice storms.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you...
Baldwin Street in Dunedin held the record for over a decade until it was temporarily unseated in 2019 by a word with 2 F's and 2 D's at the beginning and at the end.
Fada?
In Harlech,
wait a minute.
Wales.
I got a dumb No, hang on a second. That's got a K and an F.
Following a review and appeal brought by representatives of Baldwin Street, Guinness decided to reinstate the previous record holder. The new results show that Baldwin Street has a steeper gradient of 34.8%.
Whoa.
Compared to Faford, F-F-O-R-D-D.
This is a steep
street. Yeah.
Ever parked a car in Ithaca, New York?
That's what I was saying, yeah.
You talk. There's a new Netflix show,
God.
Extreme Parallel Parking.
Why isn't Ithaca's slogan, it's really thumping? Ithaca.
It's really thumping.
You're right.
Really thumping.
Right? Yeah, run that by him.
Why not?
We're thumping.
We're thumping.
And they've got, of course, the Cayuga Lake. It could be Give Us the Finger Lakes.
It could, yes.
Sure.
Good.
Give us the finger? No, not a good slogan.
We all kind of agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're mad at me, I'm going to be mad at you.
Okay, coming back,
I'm losing my mind.
we have the Mexican Batman. We got a song from Mr. Pat Godwin. A celebratory song of this moment that we're living in right now, and we're doing just fine. Thank you. We'd love to hear from you, by the way. You can email us, Bob and Tom at Bob and Tom.
Email?
BobandTom.com, or you can just do chick at ahole.com.
I feel bad for the paper boy on this Baldwin Street.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the existence of a paper boy.
Oh, it's New Zealand. Who knows? Kiwis are about, 30 years behind us?
Yeah.
Really? You're on him about his paperboy comment?
Yes. What, does he deliver the phone books? And
oh, boy.
I thought it was somewhat of a silly aside.
I thought it was silly. You're going to get to the point when no one's going to answer you because we're terrified.
I thought it was stupider. We're coming right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Don't forget, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, it's Bob and Tom Tonight. 20 minutes of video highlights from today's Bob and Tom Show. Just head on over to Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. Subscribe today. That's free. And you can be watching Bob and Tom Tonight. Again, on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, bobandtom.com. Even on the Bob and Tom Facebook page, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's Bob and Tom Tonight.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. In a first small step toward reopening the country, the Trump administration has issued new guidelines to make it easier for essential workers who have been exposed to COVID-19 to get back to work if they have no symptoms. The director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says essential employees, such as healthcare and food supply workers who've been within 6 feet of a confirmed or suspected case of the coronavirus, can return to work under certain circumstances. The CDC recommends taking your temperature before your shift, wearing face masks, and practicing social distancing. The steep drop in air travel is passing a milestone. Fewer than 100,000 people went through airport checkpoints Tuesday, the lowest number since the Transportation Security Administration started keeping track. That's down 95% from a year ago and could be the smallest number since the 1950s. And Apollo 13's astronauts never gave a thought to their mission number as they blasted off for the moon 50 years ago, even when their oxygen tank ruptured 2 days later on April 13th. Jim Lovell and Fred Hayes insist they're not superstitious. They even use 13 in their email addresses. Jim Lovell calls it a miraculous recovery, and a half-century later, Apollo 13 still considers that Mission Control's finest hour. Now the coronavirus pandemic has robbed them of their anniversary celebrations. Festivities are on hold, including at Kennedy Space Center in Florida, where the mission began April 11th, 1970, a Saturday just like this year. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
I love to watch you as the jasmine wind blows through your hair, your bedroom eyes, your pouting lips. I just can't help but stare. You're in a satin nightgown, and I see your lovely curves. I hear somebody coming, and I drop my binoculars. Peeking through your window, I watch you get undressed. As you slip off your nightgown, my heart pounds in my chest. I think I'll break into your house and lie down on your bed, then dance around your bedroom with your panties on my head. I can't stop stalking you every minute, every day. I can't stop stalking you. Nothing in this world.
Hey, 7:01 on the button at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee has a quick forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Mostly sunny skies, windy conditions with afternoon showers possible and a high of 51. Clear overnight down to 38. Partly cloudy Friday, 48. Mainly cloudy on Saturday and a high of 55. We're at 46 degrees.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee.
Sure.
I'm out of breath. I've been running all over the studios. We are socially isolated. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Socially distanced.
Physically and mentally, we've never been farther apart.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I'd like to introduce Josh. Hi, Josh.
Hi.
Because Josh and I are doing something interesting. We're talking to our friends at Window Nation, and Window Nation understands what's going on right now, and that's why they have a very special event going in which you can virtually get your home toured and find out what kind of stuff you need window-wise and replace it. Now, your house has, what did we determine, 12 windows, 15 windows?
16, I thought.
Yeah,
16 windows. Okay, now, so if you wanted to go to Window Nation right now, you could do the virtual tour, which I know you've already done, actually, and then you could buy 8 windows, and you get how many?
You get 8 more, so 16 total.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Math just not his strength. Ace.
I thought you did a great job, Josh. Don't listen to
So
him.
you buy 8, you get 16. In other words, if you buy 1, you'd get 2. If you buy 2, you get 4. It's a pretty simple math problem. Thank you, Window Nation. Also, now, Josh, you know what else they're doing over there?
What else are they doing?
They got the virtual tour.
Yeah.
And then you get deferred payments for 2 years.
Right.
I mentioned the 2 windows for every 2 you buy. 0 down payment, 0 interest for 2 years. Call Window Nation or just go to windownation.com today.
That's right.
Okay. Now, you'll notice that Josh's script just says, that's right.
That's right.
No. My script says a lot more. I know what you want me to say. And that's the least amount possible.
Here's the thing. This is why conversation doesn't go well with you, because you wait for an answer and then you bite their heads off.
Exactly.
See, is what happens.
What's that 0 down payment? How many zeros are in there?
1.
That's right. 0 down payment. It's our friends at Window Nation.
Good Lord.
Virtual tour. You can get it done right now, and that offer's going to stand for 6 months, so check it out. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see now. Today, April 9th, 2020. The quarantine continues.
Well done on the date.
You're welcome. That's Chick McGee across the way from me, at least 15 feet away. A solid 12 feet away, it's Ace Cosby. My portable visual 10-foot pole has Josh about 11 feet away. And then we go through the glass. Dean's over there. Pat is, yeah, there he is. I can see him through the glass over there. It's Pat Godwin. And then Christy Lee's in her own little room over there.
Hi.
And we are socially distant, separated, whatever the term is, sheltering here. Hope you're doing okay. We are once again worldwide on American Forces Radio, coast to coast on great radio stations all over the country, bleeding into Canada and Mexico. And we are happy to have you here. Thanks very much. We'd love to hear from you once again. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com in the world of email. And we've been getting just great requests. We opened the show with a terrific request, that classic from Floyd Tucker.
Funny.
Thank you very much for that request, and we'll continue to do that. But right now, we have an update on a rather unusual stories. We've had some unusual stories about cats lately, especially because of the incredible popularity
of Tiger
King. Did you see the numbers on that?
I did not.
The last King, I saw was something Josh sent me.
Of what is it?
34 million.
34 million, yeah.
In the first couple of days, I guess.
Yeah, 34 million official viewers, and then I saw later on 38 million. This is from Variety. Variety magazine says 34.3 million unique viewers in the first 10 days.
Do you see where the president's stepping in and he may pardon him?
Oh.
No, I saw that Donald Jr. said something about it on a radio show, but I did not.
Well, according to this, now his dad stepped up too.
Oh.
Isn't he busy with other things?
Well, Donald Trump says he will look at pardoning Tiger King's Joe Exotic after Don Jr. said the zoo's owner's 22-year prison sentence for murder for hire was, quote unquote, aggressive.
And the topic was brought up during a virus newscast or a news conference.
I'm not sure. I don't think you should do that because it's my understanding that Joe Exotic has better ratings than Joe Biden.
You forget it's an election year.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, Bernie dropped out yesterday.
I know, but when Bernie dropped out, what was interesting about that was it was about the 6th story on the news.
Right, absolutely.
Crazy. That would have been
5 weeks ago. Yeah, they would have had 15 reporters in 18 places. So
Yeah.
It's a different world right now. But the Tiger King, God, what incredible timing for them to have this. And it is addicting when you watch it.
It is.
It's a sideshow of weirdness and deceit and awful people.
And it's well done. Unless we find out that some of this was manipulated or something, it's really well done.
You couldn't find that many crazy people.
I mean, I know. So
the reason I brought it up on a lighter note.
Yeah, in Chicago, they're having some problems with cats of a different kind, just feral cats. Apparently, the Chicago Community Cats told TMZ that rescues and shelters that would normally take in strays as well as feral cats to spay and neuter have all closed due to the pandemic. So they have no way to curb the cat population during what is now mating season. So there are an estimated 200,000 stray cats walking around in Chicago right now.
Looking for love?
In all the wrong places.
Have you ever heard two cats in the
yeah.
It's something.
It is really they like to talk during
I thought a baby had been dropped on my patio the other night. Screaming.
They are vocal.
Screaming and yelling.
Unbelievable.
Clawing. It's sexy stuff, Tom.
It's even worse when one of them's a raccoon.
Yeah.
You don't notice until you're finished? Yeah.
It can be dark.
Not on my porch.
Don't judge.
I'll tell you what. None of this is
my porch.
Not on my porch.
Well, wait a minute. Mr. Pat Godwin has his guitar out. What's going on over there?
Well, you know, they had this problem in Nashville with the cats, and now they got a problem with Chicago cats. They're getting frisky nightly. Chicago cats making too many babies. Chicago cats, their nuts still intact. Chicago cats could be carrying rabies. Well, there's 200,000 and something stray cats in Chicago. And every night without fail, they're getting more tail than I do. Yeah, the places that neuter them are shut down because of the coronavirus. So the cats sticking out their tongues and asses more than Miley Cyrus. Everybody now, Chicago cats. People eat them down in Chinatown. Chicago cats are fierce and they're furry. Chicago cats. Even they hate the movie Cats. Chicago cats. Slay them in a hurry. was walking the streets at night on my way to a grocery food store. And there were kitties on the sidewalks. It was a display of pussy galore. I've been alone now for a while myself, feeling a mighty bit frisky. Her name was Yolanda, and I went for it, even though it was risky. Oh, Chicago cats. Thank you, everybody.
Prowling the streets of Chicago, and you found Yolanda.
Yeah, how about that?
Sounds lovely. And a reference to James Bond in there.
Sure.
That's what I was referencing.
Pussy galore. Of course, the femme fatale
This is
from
all great, yeah.
Goldfinger. Thank you very much. Now,
Thank you very much.
that was great, Pat. Thank you. So, Tiger King.
34 million within the first 10 days. Yeah.
Yesterday, was it yesterday we spoke with Todd McComas about this?
Yes, it was.
Good friend of the show, former police officer. He arrested one of the people that was featured in Tiger King.
The guy with the monkey.
The guy was...
No, it was a different guy.
The guy, friend of the guy with the monkey?
Yeah.
Anyway, he's got a special interview out there.
But he did interview the guy with the monkey.
Yeah, and you can find that. We'll give you some information on where to grab that from Toddy. I think it's being released today. Is it being released today?
I believe so.
He said a trailer today, Friday would be.
Okay, we'll get the information on that for you. But he was a cop at the time, and he arrested one of these guys who, one of these exotic cat guys. This guy had gone into the meth business to pay for his exotic tiger habit. And what struck me about it was I said, well, when you arrested him, what'd you do with the tigers? And he said it was incredibly scary because the cages these tigers were being held in were very flimsy, and they would jump on him, and the fences would come halfway. Oh,
that's wild,
terrifying. This whole thing is, I had no idea that anybody could go buy an actual tiger cub.
Yeah, for about the same price as a golden retriever.
Yeah, $2,000.
Yeah. That is amazing.
Wow, I don't know. It's scary, but the show is incredibly popular, as we said earlier. 34 million unique viewers is what the ratings say.
Do you think, much like Easter, this is somehow going to? Well, considering the virus, people can't react normally. But
I think you're right. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah,
yeah.
What?
This is going to get people to go buy tigers
eventually and have their own tiger. Yeah,
that's one of the problems.
They're going to miss the point.
Right,
exactly.
Oh God, that's sad.
They're going to watch that whole thing, and the only thing they're going to take away is, I wish I had a tiger.
I can afford a tiger.
Let alone these zoos are going to have booming business.
Yeah.
And the other thing that was interesting was that there's if you haven't seen it, it's about all these sort of private zoos, if you want to call them that. Some of them charge hundreds of dollars to go in and hold a baby tiger, and they're getting it.
Yeah, like $600 from people
just to hold a baby tiger. So, I do think
look like they have an extra $600 laying around.
And there's no federal legislation that would make it illegal to own a tiger.
Not yet. Nope.
I know they've got other things in their mind right now, but
might want to take a look at that.
Yeah, might want to get into that. It's pretty crazy.
They can have my tigers when they pry them from my cold dead hands. I'll tell you that.
Anyway,
or the Dickie Dick boys would have been right at home with Tiger King. They think it's a true documentary.
Because a lot of people have a lot of free time right now. A lot of folks are watching Tiger King, so it's quite something. And we'll let you know about our friend Todd's interview coming up. We do have I don't know if we should talk about this right now, but did you see the sweet story about the leopard kittens?
Yeah, I did, actually.
What are they?
I did not.
This is an actual zoo in Miami.
Okay.
Shared images of 2 new clouded leopard cubs.
Oh, those are the cutest.
The male and female cubs have been secluded in a den with their mom, Ciari, since their birth February 11th. Zookeepers took the kittens on Tuesday to check their development and give them their initial vaccines. Ron McGill, the zoo's communications director who shared the images, said, quote, amid all the stressful news that we're all dealing with, I hope this can bring a smile to some of your faces.
Oh,
but again, I'm sort of feeling two different ways about this. On the other, you look at these little kittens and they're beautiful and they're gorgeous and they're cute, but is someone going to go, I think I need to get myself a leopard kitten?
Yes, of course. Somebody's going to do that.
Yep.
They grow up to be leopards.
Yeah. I just think some polygamist weirdo is going to go
Why
start selling
why
these
drag in multiple wives, multiple people in relationships into this?
I'm just saying, guys.
Sure, that Doc guy seems to have many companions.
Yes,
of
he
the Tiger
does.
King. But
I just think at the end of this coronavirus, whatever you want to call this horrible time, we're going to have a lot of new babies and a lot of morons buying. I mean, we've already got puppy mills out there. Now we're going to have tiger mills.
Have you gotten to the dog? What's his name? Doc Antle?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the long gray ponytail.
He's like got a weird sex cult.
Bro, that's you, man. The long ponytail in the back. Yeah.
He might be a worse person than anybody
That's
else.
what my
in that
kids say.
documentary.
They vote him the worst.
Yeah, he's like a mind control guy with especially with those the ladies. Yeah.
I bet tiger sales are up. They have to be.
Okay, well,
can we get a tiger for the show?
No, we're not going to get a show tiger. This is exactly what I'm saying. There's going to be some moron radio show. Hey, we got our own tiger.
Hey, come on out and see our tiger. And remember, you could win $100.
I got Fred Zeppelin doing the traffic. He's got our tiger. Fred's been eaten. I want to remind you about our friends at Napa Auto Parts. We talk about essential things. Keeping your wheels running, essential right now, especially for a lot of those people out there doing a lot of very brave things. And Napa reminds you that they care about communities across America and all those folks and making sure they get where they have to go. That's why Napa doing their best to help serve every driver at Napa Auto Parts stores and auto care centers, and of course at NapaOnline.com. Maybe you've got some extra time right now. Maybe it's time to check the fluids in your vehicles and do some work on your car or your truck. So Napa's the place to go, whether you're headed to the store or on your way to work or just trying to get home safely. Napa, rated to provide quality parts and superior service to everybody on the road. Napa Auto Care Centers, Napa Auto Parts stores, and of course NapaOnline.com. They've got what I call Napa know-how, ready to help you out in these difficult times. We're coming right back. We've got, speaking of difficult, Donnie Baker, also Chick McGee, a story just for you.
All right.
Headline, alcohol while working from home. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Rolling through a Thursday. It's April 9th. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Al Jackson, Jimmy Pardo on the way on a Thursday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk with your entertainment news. Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, and Dave Matthews will perform from their homes on Saturday as a show of support for family farmers and ranchers. At Home with Farm Aid will be streamed at the Farm Aid website and shown on Access TV. Nelson says while farmers and ranchers are considered essential workers during the coronavirus outbreak, many have lost access to markets or seen a drastic drop in prices they receive for their products. Nelson says the online concert will help Farm Aid as it distributes emergency grants. Trace Adkins, Jason Crabb, and T. Graham Brown will do an Easter edition of the Saturday evening broadcast from the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. Maddie and Tay will host a special pre-show. The Opry has been closed because of the coronavirus outbreak, but it still has maintained its Saturday night broadcasts, albeit in front of an empty auditorium. And a key figure in the impeachment case against former President Bill Clinton, Linda Tripp, has died. It was she who secretly taped conversations with Monica Lewinsky, in which the White House intern told her of her affair with Clinton. Tripp died yesterday at the age of 70. Her attorney confirms her death but offers no details on the cause. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show is on the way.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
We met at the convenience store. She had been there for a while. She had a great big bottom. It was blocking the candy aisle. I asked her if she'd like to go and grab a bite to eat. We climbed into my pickup truck, and she took up most of the seat. She wore a Molly Hatchet t-shirt, had tattoos underneath. She had a huge beer belly and some of her front teeth. I leaned over and kissed her. She told me not to stop, I knew one thing for certain as I felt her climb on top. She had a crush on me. She had a crush on me. I can't breathe. I barely weighed 100 pounds. She weighed close to 3. And now my pelvis ain't where it used to be. She had a crush. She had a crush. A crush on me. Sorry about the finger, baby. I didn't know it was your armpit. Wait, don't stop. I know I'm in there somewhere. I swear to God I am. That night I took her home with me. She stayed about a week. I did her on my waterbed till it sprang a leak. That girl had quite an appetite. She ate like a Marine. The sex was always dirty, but her plate was always clean. She had a crush on me. Is that gravy? She had a crush on me. Yep, it's gravy. Lord, you know I did my best to keep her satisfied. She liked her loving steaming, and she liked her chicken fried. She had a crush. She had a crush. A crush on me. Baby, I love you, but your ass just turned the dome light on. And one day we had a fight. She packed up all her clothes.
Oh, man, we just don't get along. 7:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
Jerk.
We're going to help you pay your bills, maybe.
Oh.
Pay close attention.
Hang on a second. I'm back in.
There might be a way for you to get $1,000 coming up in the next 20 minutes or so. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But maybe throughout the day on Q95, so pay close attention. In the meantime, a lot of rain and hail last night.
Oh, my gosh.
Hail,
Mooresville
yes.
hit hard. Could have been a tornado, they're saying.
What a light show, too.
Yeah.
A lot of people out without power.
Wall of wind. Yeah, I was out without power.
And it felt like a wall of wind.
It did feel like
I was
a wall.
outside.
So was I. I was sitting on the porch enjoying the light show, and all of a sudden,
I was
bam!
not. I was standing on my deck staring at my new fence, praying it stood up to the wind.
Oh, that's a good test, yeah.
Isn't that a good test? Yeah.
And?
Mixed.
So what's the forecast for today? More of that?
No, well, it's going to still be windy with gusts up to 40 miles per hour, but it'll be sunny, and then an afternoon shower is possible with a high of 51. Clear skies overnight, 38, partly cloudy, 48 tomorrow, and then mainly cloudy on Saturday, high 55. We have 46 degrees last I checked.
It's the perfect fall day.
Yeah. We went from summer to fall in less than 6 hours.
Indiana, back home again.
Yep.
You can still walk around, get some fresh air.
Oh, sure.
Which we all need. And just keep your distance.
Oh, yesterday was great.
It's weird walking around, though. You see someone coming the other way and you cross the street.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like walking the streets of New York in the 70s. You know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And you know who I'm talking about.
Welcome back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
We're
with Krabby McGee.
Going insane. And now Josh and Tom are fighting off the air. I'm so excited.
These are the days of the quarantine today, 9 April 2020.
Please stop.
April 9th, 2020. You happy now?
Yes, but why do you treat it like it's less?
That's how we were taught in school. Month, day,
April
year.
9th,
Yeah.
April 9th, 2020. That's how we in this country are taught.
Yep.
Yes, we'd all like to be citizens of England, of course. On military time and have bangers and mash and mushy peas and sticky toffee pudding.
Adding views
we're
to
not.
the word.
I'm enjoying this a lot. Let's see.
Yes, I'm losing my mind.
That's Chick losing his mind over there in quarantine by himself.
I'm all hopped up on whipped cream, baby.
Josh is over
Now
there.
you're doing nitrous in the hallway.
Shut up, Christy.
Someone dropped off a lot of whipped cream. We'll get to that later. There's Ace, our engineer, and of course, Ace, the proprietor of the all-new Omaha Steaks joke of the day. Oh,
How about that?
That's nice. That's great.
Hot dog.
Now,
Can't wait
there's
to try one.
Mr. Godwin behind
Yes,
the
sir.
glass over there.
Ace just called for it. He called a shot. Let's try one. That's what he said.
No, he wants to try an Omaha steak. He's acting as though he's never had one, so then somebody gives him some.
Buy him a steak, Tom.
Okay, thank you. There's Christy Lee behind the glass over there. The Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom with Christy Lee right now. And there we go.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Donnie, how are you?
Donnie.
Good. You guys still quarantined where you are?
Yep.
It's the same here, too. I stopped counting the days about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, me too.
I've been working on my garage for at least a week now. It's cleaner than Cat Williams' parole record. I swear to God. And I've watched so much Netflix, I'm on my third time on Tiger King.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Well, this time I'm watching it on mute. It's super easy to read lips because nobody got no teeth in the way. I actually understand it better. I'm also in these true crime documentaries. I watched one the other day called Tree Confessions Caught on Tape.
Right.
Where the police got people to admit to crimes that maybe they did or didn't do. It's crazy. These detectives are like psychic wizards. They ask the perp to make a statement, and they offer him coffee or smokes. Then they read back their statement, all confused and get your brain scrambled. Next thing you know, you're confessing to stealing somebody's wicker love seat.
Sure.
I swear to God. It ain't fair. These detectives take turns working like raptors. Then they up the game from decaf and smokes buying Bugles and Pepsi, and make you think you're on your side. Then, boom, all of a sudden they stab you in the back right to your face.
Yeah.
It's all a trap. Because, of course, when you're starved sitting under a heat lamp for 10 hours and finally start munching on chips, yeah, you might accidentally let some incriminating evidence out, and just like that, life sentence. And the thing I've learned most about watching these crime shows is that if your wife or your ex-wife turns up dead and you happen to be home watching TV all night by yourself when it happened, you're going to jail for murder whether you did it or not. I swear to God. I think the reason O.J. got off scotch-free is because he actually went out in the yard and started chipping golf balls at 4 a.m. Had he sat on the couch watching the ShamWow, he'd be in Shawshank. And spoiler alert, look at Stephen Avery's from Making a Murder. He's gone to prison twice now. And he even said on the payphone, he even confessed on the phone he didn't do nothing. But he's still in prison. With a buzz cut wearing a onesie looking like a lesbian butcher had been laid off. It ain't fair. And the main thing I learned watching these crime shows is there's sperm eggs everywhere.
Yeah, there sure are.
Even if there's blood, chances are there's sperm eggs in it.
Okay.
Sperm eggs on the bed, the floor, the ceiling fan. There was one case, they even found sperm eggs in the microwave.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Chances are, wherever you are right now, you're probably sitting on dried sperm eggs, even in quarantine.
Hope not.
Oh, and spoiler alert, never look under a computer keyboard desk at the library. Like somebody used a bump stock on a caulk gun. I gotta go.
A bump stop on a caulking gun. That's quite the visual. A lot of white goo, I think is what he's trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what he's saying.
I don't know if we need to quote you, dwell on that. It's a bit descriptive.
I'm still stuck in this Tiger King thing. And
What?
Love it.
Josh and I were talking about it again off the air. I'm afraid that people are going to watch this and you're going to get some hillbilly that's going to go get a tiger.
Don't get a tiger.
I bet.
And there's probably some jackass that'll sell you one on layaway.
Ugh.
Probably.
Dick and I are getting ligers, aren't we?
Oh,
We love
my
them.
God. No, you're not getting
cute,
ligers.
cuddly.
They're cuddly. They'll purr just like a house cat.
I'll tell you,
You
no,
should
you-
hear it purr.
Because one of these tigers from one of these places is going to get out. One of these amateur wannabe zookeepers is going to get out and eat somebody.
Well, yes.
Oh.
There was that thing in Ohio a few years back.
that
In Zanesville, yeah, that was
covered
terrible.
that in the Tiger King, that guy. He evidently did that on purpose.
Yeah, he
was
did.
mad. He was mad as anything. Let
He sure was.
exotic animals loose on the town.
I'll show you.
Sons of bitches.
Okay.
And you know who paid for that? The animals.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
They had to,
Big time.
Sure did.
So sad. Boy.
It's like a real-life shooting gallery.
I mean, it's because being a cop is tough enough, but, what kind of a weird day are you having when you got to get your rifle out and shoot a tiger on the freeway?
No kidding.
Unbelievable. Anyway, please don't get a tiger. You don't need one.
No wild animals.
And quite honestly, don't patronize these so-called zoos. I would love to hold a baby tiger. I'm not going to one of those places. You don't want to support them.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Christy. Now we got to get back to the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Oh, is that right? Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Well, good morning, radio pussies.
Hello, Captain
and
Dave.
all the ships at sea. It's yours truly, the master of the deep, your old fishing buddy, Captain Dave, Shark King.
Hey, Captain Dave.
Shark King, oh.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm sitting here on my trusty vessel, the Chum Dumpster, and by God, I've never been happier to own a boat in my life. Well, in the course of many years at sea, I've beaten monkeypox, SARS, scabies, rickets, gonorrhea, and lupus. Now, I feel like I'm pretty much immune to any virus this crazy world throws at me and my weather junk.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want everyone to know that even though the world is shutting down with this coronavirus stuff, my first mate Clappy and I are pleased to announce we're open for business as usual.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I know the boating industry doesn't have the best reputation right now, and I'm just happy for once it's not my fault. But to keep under the recommended allowances of 10 people gathering in one place, we can currently only take 8 people per expedition, or 16 little people.
Oh, jeez.
Just remember, if you get a fever, you walk the plank. There'll be no whining and no refunds. Okay. And there'll be a $300 charge for burial at sea fees. Anywho, let's say you're not the fishing type, but you're off work with nothing to do with those bratty kids of yours. Well, bring them down to the Chum Dumpster. I'll put the family to work scraping barnacles off my undercarriage.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no better way to learn about the sea and hard work than at the Chum Dumpster Quarantine Camp. That's right. That's right, quarantine camp. Yeah, it has it all. Barnacle scraping, chum wrangling, fish gutting, knob polishing. My favorite part. And finish your day off by swabbing the poop deck. For lunch, of course, we'll be offering cheese sandwiches for $3. 20s, 50s, and 100s accepted. And as always, no change.
Sure.
And as a special promotion, all the proceeds from the Chum Dumpster Quarantine Camp will go directly to my bank account to help quarantine strippers buy webcams.
That's thoughtful.
So I'm Captain Dave. What are you waiting for? Get down to Port Death here and get aboard the Chum Dumpster. We'll have some fun. Bon voyage, me hearties.
Thank you, Captain Dave.
Bye now.
See you, Cappy.
So if you can only have 8 passengers, but 16 if they're little people.
Yeah.
So evidently height is
apparently they're spacing them vertically.
Factored in there
That's all I can
some way.
take from that. That really isn't how it works.
No.
Wow. Christy Lee, what else is going on?
Well, just because you're naked doesn't mean you don't have to wear a mask in public. If you're a nudist, Czech police are enforcing orders that people wear masks in public, even nudists. Police in Pardubis region were called to a resort area over reports of sunbathing nudists. While nude sunbathing is allowed in the area, visitors were violating the country's mask order, as well as rules against congregating in groups of larger than 2 people. Police spokesperson Margita Yarosashev said, unfortunately, the sunbathing citizens were in one place in large numbers, and some did not even have a face mask. After being informed by police of the rules, the unnamed nudists put their face masks on and I guess went right along.
That's going to give you the worst tan
Yeah.
Wear a hat.
of all time.
Walk around with a surgeon's tan.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you run screaming if you saw someone naked?
Wearing a face
like
mask.
a stranger. You would run screaming from them.
Hey, spread out. No, not your legs.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
What do you know? The sun does shine there.
No, sitting on her face does not count as a face mask, sir.
You should know better.
Wow.
Okay. There are new lines that are being blurred.
Are there? I'm trying to find if there are photographs of these people.
Pervert.
I got some right here for you.
Oh, hey, here we go.
Yep, there are.
With the masks on and all that?
Yeah, you can't really see much.
Well, of course not.
I've got to
You
subscribe
can't
to the.
really see much.
Unless you get the premium.
They've got the what is it, the pixelation thing.
Yeah, of course. They can't show.
Oh, okay.
And apparently, I'm going to have to subscribe to the Pardubice Daily or something to watch more of this. Okay, thank you very much. Now, Pat Godwin's got his guitar out. Pat, we certainly have enjoyed your songs today. But,
Yeah.
I was wondering, speaking of masks.
Oh, yeah.
I know that you have a tribute of all things to the great the great stage play My Fair Lady. This is one of the
Yes,
I think this is one of the greatest Broadway songs of all time that you've chosen to.
And we are
butcher.
workshopping a new character.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, this isn't Pat. Who is this?
No, my last name Toomey.
Oh, hi, Mr. Toomey.
First name Hugh. Middle name Token. Method actor Hugh talking to me.
Is that right?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Maybe I'll
Let's move on.
How about Fesby Balsaford? Okay.
Phase 2.
Here we go. I've made a costume for your face.
Sewn, because it rhymes with groan.
Yeah, well, you know what happened this morning, Josh? You're not gonna believe this. That's what I wanted to do. Tom says, go ahead, Tom.
Makes no sense.
I've sewn a costume for your
That's how
face.
it should go.
That's the lyric.
We thought about this how long? 5 minutes?
That's the money
I had
piece,
no
man.
idea I was reigniting some fire.
Well, what did he want you to say?
The original is, I've grown up.
I know what the original is.
And he says, no, people won't
I've
understand.
grown accustomed to your
He goes,
face
"Make
is
it
the original.
made."
And what do you want to
Go
say?
ahead.
I've grown a costume.
No,
for
he
your
wants to
face?
say I've made instead of I've sewn.
I've sewn makes
Tell them what
total
happened.
sense.
Go ahead. You've ruined it. Go ahead. First, the intro took it from a 10 to a 1. Now this.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't think this is real, it is. Pat, now what happened?
Poor Pat.
Do it your way.
Thank you.
As long as we get my punchline in, we're fine.
Oh, my gosh. My name is Hugh Tolkien.
You're trying that again? Who's writing for you?
You are.
Not that.
You Tolkien to me.
No, I need a nose plug.
Take 3. Take 3. I've sewn a costume for your face.
Yeah!
No diction.
So you can wear a little mask. I've sewn a glove for your hands, tied with rubber bands, to go to the store. Yes, I must make more. And I say a little prayer. While
Cowardly Lion?
While cutting up old underwear.
You know, the heckling doesn't help, I don't think.
I sew masks from old jockeys and funky BVDs. There's a hole for your eyes, and please, dear God, don't sneeze. And I've made a costume for your mouth, a costume with a hole. I've sewn a costume for your face.
Yes.
Lovely.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I've sewn a
The only part I didn't like was when you accidentally said I made a costume.
Yes, exactly. That makes no sense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vindication.
Okay. Next time
Thank
we'll
you.
try it with the melody.
Okay.
Rex Harrison talks that.
He said that to be a jerk. It was fine.
Rex Harrison
It was great.
talks that whole song.
He does.
Way more melody.
How dare
right.
you criticize Hugh talking to me?
I will not
Maybe the fake name should have been a play on Rex Harrison.
Hughes talking
Like
to me.
sex Harry Sack or something. I don't know.
Now there we go.
Sex Harry Bun.
Oh, God, I do love these off-air meetings we have on the air. I love them so much.
How about Andrew Orson? Hugh came in on. How about that one?
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
That's good.
Horace P. Stuffing Tights.
Now,
Oh, I like that.
that song is about making face masks out of underwear, which is coming up in the news.
Oh.
Yep, sure is.
That resulted in an
arrest.
in an impending arrest and a fist fight. So, by the way, all your new face masks will be in tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Okay, great.
I'm picking them up today.
Are they made of pie?
Oh, that would be delicious.
This is her cake
Called
lady.
pie holes.
So you can be safe and have a bite of pie.
The pie lady is not making face masks.
Who is
Cake
making-
lady.
They-
Cake.
Oh,
So they're made of
Cake
cake
lady.
then.
My
They're made of
cake lady Amy is a seamstress, and here's the sample.
But don't you?
She's
Why
sewing
isn't your
her
pie lady and
costume.
cake lady the same lady? Who has different ladies for pie?
I don't know.
Cake?
I don't know. They're not the same person, just by odd happenstance. One of them happens to bake pies primarily. The
So
other,
the cake lady is a seamstress, and she actually made those herself?
yeah,
So she's sewn costumes for our faces?
no, she's sewn masks for your faces.
She sewed a costume for
But
our
you know the cake
face.
lady probably makes pies, and vice versa.
I don't think so.
Is that right?
They hate each other.
There are
Pie people can't stand cake people.
No, it's like comedians and improvers in Chicago.
It's exactly the same thing.
The Crips and the Bloods.
Yeah, say yes to turning out the
I
lights.
had no idea.
Okay, we will return. I hope.
My favorite break of the year.
Okay, thanks.
Absolutely.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
All of us are sort of shut in, if you will, staying at home, keeping our social distance from others. But what shows are your picks to watch, since we're all pretty much stuck at home? Tell us your show-in picks, and you could win a pair of orange insoles. Just go to bobandtom.com/show-in to submit your answer. When you do, you're registered to win. You can submit a new show-in one time per day, so do it daily. Sponsored by orangeinsoles.com. Feel better, do more with Orange Insoles. They're with you every step of the way. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The National Football League is turning the league's 2020 draft into a 3-day fundraiser to help 6 charities dealing with the virus. The Draftathon announced yesterday will benefit COVID-19 relief efforts and pay tribute to healthcare workers and first responders. Commissioner Goodell says in a statement that the Draftathon will deliver much-needed funding to many who are suffering, as well as those on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. A Florida man has filed a lawsuit against Tiger Woods and his caddy, claiming he suffered injuries from the caddy pushing him out of the way during a tournament 2 years ago. The civil complaint filed Tuesday in Pinellas County and alleges Brian Barruso tried to take a selfie as Woods approached his tee shot left of the 13th green in the third round of the Valspar Championship. Barruso maintains caddy Joe LaCava intentionally shoved him and caused him to stumble and fall into the crowd before being treated for injuries at a hospital. And from the NBA, the Los Angeles Clippers are getting together for workouts while the season is suspended via video conference calls. Up to 10 players at a time tune in to do workouts led by the team's performance staff since the league shut down practice facilities because of the virus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Wow. When we come back, we'll find out about, we got a new story. The headline is Drugs into Butt. Into butt. Drugs into butt.
What are you doing?
Where are the drugs?
In God's name are you doing?
Hey, Tom, where are the drugs?
Into butt.
It's almost like you don't want listeners. Do you even like this show?
You know we hate you.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Ed Pinkley from Ed Pinkley Motors, the home of the Pinkley Taurus. Are you like me? Is your patio deck cluttered with trash, leaves, and moldy dog dew? Has it become stained and discolored from years of neglect? Well, if your deck is in need of a good sprucing up, have I got news for you. I'm proud to introduce my new patio deck cleaning service featuring our professional crew of ladies armed with high-performance vacuum cleaners, powerful enough to suck up any stains and debris. And what do we call our service? We call ourselves the Deck Suckers.
Call Deck Suckers when your patio's a wreck. We're Deck Suckers. Sit back and let us suck your deck.
So if you want your deck sucked, call the Deck Suckers. Whether you have a little deck or a huge deck like yours truly, Ed Pinkley, call us and find out why our customers always say, "Man, you guys really suck."
Call Deck Suckers. We'll get the job done quick. We're Deck Suckers. Sit back and let us suck your.
Take it from me, Ed Pinkley. It's Decalicious.
Hello, you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Comedian Dwight Slade. What's bugging you in the world? You mentioned a couple things before.
I'm tired of the roadside memorials. These people were places where people wreck their cars. They wreck crosses. You know, it's a nice sentiment, but I don't drive in your graveyard. Don't put your head stuck.
Thank you, Tom. 7:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, you're welcome. Christy Lee's right over there. A little update on the weather forecast, please.
Yeah, Q95 Fox 59 weather. Mostly sunny, windy, though, and we do have afternoon showers possible. High 51. Boy, last night was something, huh?
Is that helping?
No. No.
Partly cloudy tomorrow, 48. 43 right now with some sunshine.
Why not sing the song Sunny every time she says partly sunny? That'd be very helpful also.
By Bobby Hebb. It's not a long E, as I found out on the air. People get real upset. Did it on the radio. Got a call. Thank you.
Yes, I know someone that can beat that, but I can't even repeat.
I can't imagine. But,
Oh yeah, that's very unfortunate. Mr. Hebb.
Yes.
One-hit wonder, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Great song.
I don't remember him.
An absolute classic, certainly. Well,
He was in the Divinyls.
Thank you very much. We got to get back to the action. Keep listening for your shot at more cash, okay? It could happen today. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. We're in the big studio. And by big, I mean we're socially distanced at the proper levels as determined by the Center for Disease Control.
Really, really big studio.
That was good.
What do you think of that?
Timely.
Oh, come on, Tom.
I know. Just yesterday, I was watching some Ed Sullivan reruns. I wanted to see Wayne and Schuster.
Oh, it's Shields and Yarnell. And what's your favorite scene from a movie ever?
Oh, the Bye Bye Birdie, the Ed Sullivan. We're going to be on Ed Sullivan's scene with the great Paul Lynde.
Paul just ate himself right there.
Yes, he did.
That's Chick McGee arguing with himself. This is Tom speaking, and there's Josh in a blue flannel.
Hi.
The man in black is Ace Cosby, the proprietor of. Oh, we've got the Ace Cosby joke of the day coming up. Brought to you by Omaha Steaks. I think we do. Through the glass over there, he's grown accustomed
I've sewn
his face. It's Pat Godwin. Let's see, and Christy Lee is all by herself in purple in the former this that used to be a giant studio for musicians and bands, and now it's
performing.
Just little Christy in there.
We pass each other in the hallway, don't we, Christy?
It's the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
I'll be doing some nitrous.
And I've got the doors propped open.
Harshing my buzz.
Partially, you notice you can go to at least one of the bathrooms without having to touch a doorknob.
If you're a man.
I like it, yeah. No, you can go in there, too.
Well, no, I don't need to pee in a urinal. It's okay.
Wait a minute.
There's a stall.
Wait a minute. Have you finally propped the door open to a bathroom?
Yes.
Well, I've propped the door open to get there. I need one more door stop, so I'm bringing one in tomorrow.
One more.
What is it with you and door stops?
Because the way that you
it's a shim. Go buy one. It's not a big deal. Does the pie lady make doorstops? Is that what's happening? Is that what I'm hearing?
The cake lady.
The cake lady. Yeah,
no, he's a doorstop guy.
Don't be ridiculous. Greg, my handyman's going to bring me 10 doorstops. I need some for my house, too.
All I know is I hope Greg is charging you accordingly for these doorstops.
Are you peeing at home with the doors open?
Well, that's $1,800 there, Mr. Griswold.
Well, these are incredible doorstops. They're made out of...
I'm telling you.
Ivory doorstops.
Touching a light switch or a doorknob could kill you.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, yes.
Christy, if you want, I can rig it so that you don't have to touch a doorknob to go.
I wash my hands. I'm fine. I use hand sanitizer. I wipe the handles down. I'm good.
Look, you've got Godwin running around. God
Wait
knows where
a
he's
minute.
been.
No,
I'm wearing a diaper.
He's a petri dish. God knows where he's been.
Yeah, that's the
Wait a
next
minute.
thing.
There's an alternative. Wear a diaper. That
Why
way
don't you
have to
make
go to
us
the
all wear
bathroom.
Depends?
That'll be on Monday.
I'm still fascinated. We're still all here together in this building.
Stop.
I've told
Thank
you all.
goodness.
I've pitched diaper morning before, and none of you seem to want to do it. Where we're all wearing diapers one morning. And
I wonder
we
why
could
we
see
didn't
if we
wanna
could
do
ever
it.
tell. I think none of us would be the wiser.
I think we'd go sailing along through our day and not even mind it.
You know something? I have a story. I'll try to be nice when I tell this. I was at a comedy club.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of the show, it wasn't the comedian sneaking up the room.
Oh, no.
And I later would find out that it was someone who had a particular issue and was wearing an adult diaper. Apparently.
It didn't hold in the...
I'm glad we're talking about it.
Apparently it filled it up.
So
boy.
Christy, that's the same as having a baby, right? That sensation?
What?
The pushing?
There's no way.
No,
I was talking about this off the air.
Well, apparently this poor fellow gave birth to a 12-pound. It was rather pronounced.
Largest baby I've ever seen.
Could you answer that?
What? I didn't hear. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, Coach Ralph Fontaine.
Hey, Coach.
Skip,
Just
thank
call me
goodness.
Coach, Skip, and Mudcat during rain delays.
That's right.
So the dig in, you understand that?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Well, due to coronavirus, our Little League draft has been postponed again.
Yeah.
Little League draft.
Well, it's a keeper league, Tom, so I got 5 kids coming back.
Yep.
Assuming they don't get sick.
Okay.
Had to FaceTime my kids the other day. Told them to watch Tiger King during this time.
Oh.
Because just like the cats, I want them in the cage, too. You understand that?
Sure.
I said, kids, what does quarantine mean? Quarantine's a big word for most kids. There's no I in team, but there is in quarantine. You understand that? Eyes on me, ears on the message.
Okay.
Quarantine means get away. I said, kids, quarantine means social distance. Means disappear. Still don't understand? Well, just ask Trevor. He plays right field. You understand that? I tell my kids, take this time during quarantine to figure out what you're going to be. I'll say there's only 2 kinds of kids in baseball. The first kind wants to win, knows he's going to win, works at it. He's what we call a bulldog. The second kind of kid knows he's not going to win. He just wants to show up every year and be seen. Then he drops out. He's called Bernie Sanders. You understand that? Give me 5 Billy Haynes, 4 Chick McGee's, and no BS. I'll win you a damn semi-state. See you on the winner's bracket.
All right. I'm a team player. You hear that?
Thanks, Coach. Coach Fontaine. The Little League draft.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy,
well,
boy.
you know.
Eyes
take
on
it
me,
serious.
ears on the message.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's see now. Where were we? Oh, I know. I was going to introduce Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
I am here.
She's in it.
A Michigan man claims he was assaulted after he made fun of a man wearing thong underwear as a mask. The 57-year-old victim told police the suspect came to his home on Monday evening wearing underwear over his face as a makeshift mask against the coronavirus. The victim reportedly told the unnamed suspect that his face covering looked like thongs laying around the victim's house.
You like my mask? I like my mask.
47-year-old suspect became upset, left, but returned and the two got into a physical altercation.
You want to kiss my mask?
A warrant has been now issued for his arrest.
So some guy shows up. He's got panties in his face.
Yeah, you're allowed to make fun of him.
And the guy makes fun of him. And then he comes back an hour later and beats the crap out of him.
Yeah, basically
Isn't
that's
that
what's
Raising
happening.
Arizona? Boy, you got panties on your head.
Oh, you got a panty on your head.
Yeah.
So it took him an hour to get upset enough to get his.
I don't know what he did within that hour.
Have you ever
He
been?
got his panties in a bunch.
Yeah, I did.
Have you ever been that mad? Got mad at someone, driven away, and then drove back and got mad at him again? Have you ever done that?
No. Have you?
Really?
Usually there's a
Well,
cooling off period. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he took a picture of the guy and put it in the internet or something. Because that's today's world.
Oh, and to piss the guy off because he did that?
I'm just speculating. Who knows? But that reminds me of a Pat Godwin song. Pat, you have a take on My Fair Lady.
Oh my God!
about wearing.
We're all just nervous as cats.
Am I bringing back my theatrical character Thesby Felcher?
Oh, oh, you're your new character. This will bomb.
Thesby Stuff and Tights.
Aw.
What happened to Hugh Tolkien to me?
No one laughed at that, so I moved forward. And I renamed myself.
How about Henry Hugged One?
I like that I talk real loud. And then
Try it again. This is a beautiful, one of my favorite songs ever in the history of Broadway. Think diction and melody. Okay, go ahead.
I will sing it with reservation.
Maybe a slightly less thick Etonian accent.
I'm going to go thicker now. Okay. I've sewn a costume for your face so you can wear a little mask. I've sewn a glove for your hands, tied with rubber bands to go to the store. I must make more. And I say a little prayer while cutting up old underwear. I saw masks from old jockeys and funky BVDs. There's a hole there for your eyes, and please, dear God, don't sneeze. And I've made a costume for your mouth. A costume with a hole I've sewn. A costume for your, go up high now, face.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you very much.
Oh, the elongated S there.
Thesby Felcher.
Thesby Felcher.
It makes just as much sense as you talking to me.
Yeah.
You talking to me?
Franz Lisp, maybe.
Exit stage left even.
I used to love that when I was a kid, that exit stage left.
Loved it.
Oh, who didn't?
But man, that's
Snagglepuss.
Yeah.
Exit stage left.
You ever run into a Snagglepuss?
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Murgatroyd.
Exit stage left.
There's a tooth down there.
It was dry even.
Vagina dentata.
Josh, are you sitting?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Coming up,
Corn or pizza?
Mountain Dew Doritos.
Wow, they finally just combined them both, huh?
We'll finally stop the dance. Right at it.
Coming up, and Chick, this one's for you. Headline: alcohol when working at home.
Yeah, baby.
What's happening with that?
I think the bigger story would be no alcohol if you're working at home. Who the hell ever heard of that?
We will find out more in a minute. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter @Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
All this extra time at your hands. Maybe you want to check out Bob and Tom's VIP premium service, including the live 7-camera video stream of the show. Jeff Oskey taking care of that each and every morning. Plus, you get the Bob and Tom Show commercial-free and on-demand with our daily podcast and access to the Bob and Tom archives and the album library. Check it out now at bobandtom.com/VIP.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. In a first small step toward reopening the country, the Trump administration has issued new guidelines to make it easier for essential workers who have been exposed to COVID-19 to get back to work if they have no symptoms. The director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says essential employees, such as healthcare and food supply workers who've been within 6 feet of a confirmed or suspected case of the coronavirus, can return to work under certain circumstances. The CDC recommends taking your temperature before your shift, wearing face masks, and practicing social distancing. The steep drop in air travel is passing a milestone. Fewer than 100,000 people went through airport checkpoints Tuesday, the lowest number since the Transportation Security Administration started keeping track. That's down 95% from a year ago and could be the smallest number since the 1950s. And Apollo 13's astronauts never gave a thought to their mission number as they blasted off for the moon 50 years ago, even when their oxygen tank ruptured 2 days later on April 13th. Jim Lovell and Fred Hayes insist they're not superstitious. They even use 13 in their email addresses. Jim Lovell calls it a miraculous recovery, and a half-century later, Apollo 13 still considers that Mission Control's finest hour. Now the coronavirus pandemic has robbed them of their anniversary celebrations. Festivities are on hold, including at Kennedy Space Center in Florida, where the mission began April 11th, 1970, a Saturday just like this year. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
At the end of my will, it goes. Ends on a happy note. Actually, at the end of my will, it says...
Pushing button.
Yeah, he's just pushing buttons. It's Tom's will.
With guest stars.
You know, there is one that he says, The Fugitive.
The Fugitive.
Thank you.
The first one we're playing, play that first one again. It's
Okay.
we're going to play at your memorial. It's
Okay, go.
The Funeral. Starring Tom Griswold.
As himself.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
Declaration of my feelings for you. Elaboration on those feelings. Description of how long these feelings have existed. Belief that no one else could feel the same as I. Reminiscence on the pleasant times we shared. And our relationship's perfection. Wow. Recounting of the steps that led to our love's dissolution, mostly involving my unfaithfulness and lies. Penitent admission of wrongdoing, discovery of the depth of my affection, regret over the lateness of my epiphany. Title of the song, naive expression of love, reluctance to accept that you are gone. Request to turn back time and rectify my wrongs. Repetition.
Hi. We're here. 801 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Let's see now. We go to Christy Lee for an update on the news and the weather.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Plenty of sunshine right now. Still windy, and afternoon showers are possible. High 51. We'll have clearing skies again overnight down to 38. Partly cloudy, 48 Friday. 55 on Saturday. They're talking snow.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Monday or Tuesday. Yeah.
Yep. Hold on to your ass, Fred. Like we don't have enough. Dan, you got to get right with your various deities, okay?
Weird life.
Dude, look it up. It's the end of the world. Okay?
I know there are some parts of Maine that are going to get a foot of snow today. So.
2020 can suck it.
No joke.
Really? It can't get over fast enough, right?
It's the worst.
Yeah, we're only in the 4th month.
Okay, we got that going. Let's see now.
Fine.
Yeah.
We're fine.
We're okay.
All is well.
All right, I want to remind you that there's some serious cash at stake, so hang out with us here on Q95 throughout the day. Perhaps, let's see, what time is it? I think we've got another one, another shout out coming up in about a half an hour, maybe a little more. Now, I will also remind you that we have our special party starting, the Bob and Tom after party starting at 10. So please join us for that, won't you? Now, let's get back to the action. I look around the room, and I think we had that Ace Cosby joke of the day just around the corner. This is the Bob and Tom Show. In this big room, Ace over there. That's Chick. I'm Tom. That's Josh. Behind the glass, Dean way over there, and then Mr. Godwin consigned to the much closet-like Nuremberg room.
Freezing conditions.
Yeah. We don't know what happens at 8, but the freezer kicks on.
Chilly over there?
Yes, it's so cold.
Honestly, no one touched it.
I know it. I know you guys don't. It's every day at 8 o'clock. Pat and I talk about it every day.
Yes.
It's
Well,
hysterical.
I know Pat's cold. Is Hugh talking to me? Is he chilly as well?
Thesby Felcher is freezing.
Thesby Felcher now.
Thesby Felcher. Okay, good.
At least Hugh's a name.
Yeah.
I think Franz Lisp would be better for that
made up in the theater.
Okay, Christy's in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom at the news desk. But right now, it's not time for news. It's time for an informational segment, sometimes known as the Omaha Steaks presents the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Thank you, Omaha Steaks. Thank you, Ace.
You know, guys, I used to have a pet mouse.
Oh, how about that?
So cute to smile all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to make a mouse smile? Say cheese.
I
Barely worth the breath.
I almost cursed.
Barely.
Also. Well, thank you.
Barely worth the
Thank you, Ace. That's a little something to say at the water cooler by yourself.
By yourself.
To no one.
Moderate,
Yeah.
not to be stated out
This would
loud.
be funny if I said it out loud.
Okay, now, Josh,
Yes, sir.
I promised you an update. Do you have the Mountain Dew update, Christy?
Yes, Mountain Dew Doritos are a real junk food crossover, not an April Fool's joke. 2 products, both from PepsiCo, have been fused into a limited edition green chip that's described as having a refreshing, zesty zing, combining the lemon citrus flavor of Mountain Dew with a Doritos crunch. In a taste test, YouTuber Ellie Awesome
Yes.
gave the chips a 10 out of 10, saying, quote, the initial hit is really lemony, then it is really sweet and tastes pretty much exactly like Mountain Dew. But there's a catch. Mountain Dew Doritos are exclusively available in Australia.
Road trip.
Oh, yeah. Good day, mate.
Yeah, they get you all excited. You think, oh, this is great. And then you find out they're only in Australia.
Now, come on. What the heck?
Now, Donnie Baker's been having Mountain Dew Funyuns for years, where he would sort of just kind of crumble up Funyuns in his Mountain Dew.
Oh. Yikes.
Sort of a Goldschlager type thing.
I've never cared for the taste of Mountain Dew. 7-Up's okay.
You know who is an absolute addict? Addicted?
Yeah, somebody here.
I know several.
Oh, okay, yeah. But Jessica Alsman on our staff is a Mountain Dew junkie.
Really?
Yes, I think she might be off of it because it was quite a thing. It was.
There are a couple in this building.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That, I know because I see them stacked in the storage closet.
That's mostly Halsey, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Very well. Isn't she in charge of that closet? That would explain it. Now we return to Christy Lee. What else is happening?
Alcohol.org has conducted a survey to determine how many Americans are drinking while they work from home.
Everybody shut up.
According to the survey of 3,000 American workers, over 1 in 3 said they were more likely to drink more alcohol in isolation.
Well, how did this get to be even a question?
I know. 67% of Hawaiians, Chick, appear to be drinking during work hours compared to just 8% of those in Arkansas.
Wow.
Well, maybe.
I wonder what that says about.
Maybe there aren't a lot of stay-at-home workers in Arkansas.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And there are.
I think this is only they're only measuring of the percentage of stay-at-home workers.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Beer was the preferred alcohol drink during work hours, and 1/5 of respondents said they did stockpile alcohol for isolation.
I saw that 20% of people working from home reported a video conferencing saying the phrase to their boss, "You can go cram it."
I'm going to tell you what I think of you.
You can't smell my breath there.
That's right.
They should have a new app. What is it? Go drunk to meeting. I'm here. So what? I'm not wearing pants.
Boom.
There was a thing.
Boom.
I
have that, I think.
Do you have the story about Walmart? A couple weeks ago, they reported that they were selling significantly more tops.
Yeah.
Than
well, we
bottoms.
did that, because everybody's doing video conferencing.
Isn't that interesting?
They're all buying just the top part of their outfits rather than the bottoms because they
Hilarious.
can wear whatever they want. Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's weird. I mean, who's shopping for pants right now?
Well, nobody's shopping. You shouldn't
Apparently
be shopping for
nobody.
anybody. Yeah, but
Yeah, here it is. Walmart is saying it's seeing spikes in clothing sales, but just for tops. According to EVP of Corporate Affairs, Dan Bartlett. He cited conferencing as a possible reason, adding people are concerned about their appearance from the waist up.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, you think Bartlett's quoted ever?
I think so.
probably
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Dan Bartlett Giamatti.
Are there ever news anchors really wearing shorts behind that?
yes.
Yeah.
I worked in television news for quite a while as a camera operator / technical director, whatever. A lot of the guys, especially in the summer, would wear shorts from the bottom
Cool.
down. Yeah.
But now most of them have to stand up, right?
Well, yeah, but back then I
I can remember those early days when they'd be standing. You'd see those news anchors just looking lost. I've got to stand here.
It is kind of weird. Even today, to see him standing is a little weird.
Didn't we know somebody, a friend of the show? She used to have her golden retriever at her feet. Remember that?
Yeah, Martha.
Yeah, well, she was,
Tom, do you like shorts?
No.
He's not
you don't
allowed
care
to wear
for
them anymore. He used to.
He used
wore
to,
them
He used
every
to wear
day.
cargo shorts
All the time.
every day.
He would wear. We'd go to an appearance
Yeah.
on stage.
Yeah.
In front of people, and he'd have a sport coat on and cargo shorts.
Yep.
I kind of like that. That's an interesting look.
You know
Well-
what cargo shorts say? They say, "We'll hold your mayonnaise." You go make friends. Okay.
But I have a feeling someone told him that he couldn't do that anymore.
But that's the case. I applaud you. However, if you're acting like you never like cargo shorts,
No.
I don't think you're genuine.
Lately, I don't wear shorts.
Gotcha. I love them. Yeah.
I had them on the other day. I was taking the dogs for a walk, and my two little girls walked up, and one of them lost her mind.
Why?
I don't know. She thought it was hysterical. I think my legs are kind of white. She thought it was the funniest thing. One of the things, I know everyone's got a different thing happening at their house right now with all this quarantining, but my 4-year-old changes clothes 5-6 times a day.
Wonder where she gets that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I learned.
Has she always been that way?
No, this is her new thing.
Okay.
Tom.
We take a picture every time she comes out with a new outfit.
Well, that's why.
She'll walk, but it's different combinations of the same clothes. It's fun.
Anything to get an attention out of a house with 50 people in it.
Okay.
Well, Daddy's changing his shirt again. I guess that means I got to change mine.
Now, did you see that
Everybody takes 8
Randy
showers.
Newman, the great singer-songwriter, one of my personal favorites.
And one of Chick's favorites.
Randy Newman.
That's exactly right. Only the exact opposite.
How could you not like Randy Newman?
I find it amazingly easy.
He is maybe most famous for the song Short People, which is unfortunate. He's got some great... One of my favorite albums of all time is called Good Old Boys.
It's great.
It's a brilliant album.
Yeah.
And he's also always famous for the Toy Story song.
Of course, yeah. A ton of movie work.
And
Yeah, it's obtrusive.
I have not heard this, so I'm going to reserve judgment. He has released, I guess he did this from his house. It's a song about what's going on in the world right now. So
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Randy Newman from his house.
Venus in sweatpants, that's who you are. And when this mess is over, I'll buy you a car. And we'll drive that car so fast and so far. All your stupid friends will be left behind. Stay away from me. Baby, keep your distance, please.
Oh, my God.
Stay away from me.
My Lord.
Words of love in times like these.
He actually wrote this 8 years ago.
Stay away from me.
It's nice. It's a terrible recording.
That
That's the
angry,
problem.
crotchety old man thing he's doing, he's really got it down.
Oh, I love that.
I do
It
too.
sounds like Pat Godwin doing Randy Newman.
It really does.
Now, wait a second, Pat. You do Randy Newman?
Yeah, Randy Newman.
Or is his name Dandy Toomey?
You talking to me?
We need to kill this running not gag.
So what Handy Pooman song do you have now?
Randy Newman attempts the Beatles. He can't do everything and do the ragtime thing, but can he do the Beatles? I don't think so. Randy Newman attempts the Beatles. Hey, Jude. Don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let it into your heart. And then you can start to make it feel better. Na 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 na. Stay apart, people. Na 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 na. Unity by separation. Na 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 na. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
thank you, Randy.
Thank you, Randy. Maybe we can get a better copy of that from Mr. Newman. I liked it very much. Now, a lot going on out there, of course. And the latest data breach just was released. Apparently, Marriott has had a serious breach of 5.2 million guests. The information that they had is now out there floating around. This is why I want you to think about something like LifeLock. What is LifeLock? Well, it's a way to detect what's going on with your stuff, your information that's floating around out there. These are threats to your identity. Right now, with all these checks about to be issued, you want to make sure that no one's posing as you to get your money. So LifeLock is out there to help you. They have agents here in the United States that if something does go wrong, they can help find out what went wrong. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can see threats you might miss on your own. Cybercrime really affecting our lives more than ever. There are even things out there right now that appear to be inquiries about coronavirus. If you open them up and click on them, they could be getting into your computer. You've got to be super careful. And LifeLock can watch your stuff. They can keep an eye on it for you. It's really inexpensive, and it's even less expensive now because of this special offer from the Bob and Tom Show. Go to LifeLock.com or call 1-800-LifeLock. Use the promo code TOM25 and get 25% off. That's LifeLock.com, Tom25. Get 25% off and have someone watching your stuff. Remember those tax refunds. You'd like to get that and not have someone else get it for you. Be careful, and I would recommend LifeLock. LifeLock.com. Just take you a few minutes to get yourself signed up, and they'll start monitoring some of those numbers that are so important to you. LifeLock.com, the promo code TOM25 for 25% off. Coming up,
Sports Update.
And
Al Jackson.
And
what?
The Mexican Batman.
Oh, yeah.
It's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
24/7.
Rolling through a Thursday, April 9th, I'm Mark Allison. Al Jackson on the way. When Al's not calling in with a quiz for Tom, you can catch him on the TV with Daily Blast Live, syndicated around the country on various television stations. Perhaps in your market, check it out, but not while we're listening to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's keep our focus on that, shall we? Plus, comedian Jimmy Pardo on the way via Zoom. It's going to be great. Glad you're here with us on a Thursday on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk with your entertainment news. Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, and Dave Matthews will perform from their homes on Saturday as a show of support for family farmers and ranchers. At Home with Farm Aid will be streamed at the Farm Aid website and shown on Access TV. Nelson says while farmers and ranchers are considered essential workers during the coronavirus outbreak, many have lost access to markets or seen a drastic drop in prices they receive for their products. Nelson says the online concert will help Farm Aid as it distributes emergency grants. Trace Adkins, Jason Crabb, and T. Graham Brown will do an Easter edition of the Saturday evening broadcast from the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. Maddie and Tay will host a special pre-show The Opry has been closed because of the coronavirus outbreak, but it still has maintained its Saturday night broadcasts, albeit in front of an empty auditorium. And a key figure in the impeachment case against former President Bill Clinton, Linda Tripp, has died. It was she who secretly taped conversations with Monica Lewinsky, in which the White House intern told her of her affair with Clinton. Tripp died yesterday at the age of 70. Her attorney confirms her death but offers no details on the cause. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show is on the way.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm just a middle-aged Middle Eastern camel herding man. I got a 2-bedroom cave here in North Afghanistan. Things used to be real cool and they got out of hand when they moved in. They call themselves the Taliban. Ooh, yeah, the Taliban. Taliban, baby. Now I ain't seen my wife's face since they came here. They make her wear a scarf over her head that covers her from ear to ear. And she loves the desert and the hot white sand, but man, she just like me. Nah, she can't stand the Taliban. Ooh, Taliban, baby. You know someday soon we're both gonna saddle up and it'll be ride, camel ride. My old lady, she'll be here with me, smiling right by my side. We should do just fine down in Palestine or maybe Turkmenistan. We'll bid a fair adieu and flip the finger to the Taliban. Oh, yeah, the Taliban, baby. Now they attacked New York City 'cause they thought they could win. Said they would stand and fight until the very bloody end. Well, Mr. Bush got on the phone with Iraq and Iran and said, now, you knuckleheads, you better not be doing any business with the Taliban. Taliban, baby. All right. Here you go. So we prayed to Allah with all of our might, and then those big U.S. jets came flying in one night. They dropped little bombs all over our holy land. And man, you should have seen them run like rabbits. They ran, the Taliban. And you know someday soon we're both gonna saddle up and it'll be right.
8:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Let's see. That's Christy Lee. I can see her from here. She's got a quick update in the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Mostly sunny today, windy. Afternoon showers are possible, though. High 51. Clear tonight down to 38. Partly cloudy 48 tomorrow. And then mainly cloudy on Saturday, high 55. Rain in the forecast for Easter. Sorry. Right now, 43 degrees.
Coming up, we're going to talk with our friend comedian Al Jackson. And then a little bit later on in the show, we'll talk with comedian Jimmy Pardo. Two of our very favorites. Certainly looking forward to that. Also, be listening for your shot at some serious cash. That could be happening. Also coming up in the news, a marijuana update and a purge siren update. I think Chick was talking about that yesterday. Mm-hmm. And an interesting bit of news about breast pumps being converted into ventilators, which sounds like the setup for a joke, but it's serious business. Yeah. We'll have all that coming up on the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We are, once again, worldwide on American Forces Radio, coast to coast on great radio stations like this one. Happy to be here. And happy to be doing a special feed on YouTube worldwide and getting email from all over the world. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We're looking forward to hooking up with comedian Jimmy Pardo a little bit later on and comedian Al Jackson, who I think is about to join us. Do we have Al on the line here? Oh, I guess we're getting close. I'll introduce everybody around here. There's Ace Cosby, the proprietor of the formerly the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Now Omaha Steaks proudly presents the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Let's see, we've got Chick McGee over there. There's Josh. I'm Tom. That's Christy behind the glass over there. Behind the glass over there, it's Pat Godwin. Okay. Sports update?
Extra! Well, like most things in all of our lives, it's a strange time. And now it's touched our chicken wings.
What?
That's right. With the NCAA basketball tournament off, you know that wing prices rise and fall with sporting events. Right around the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right around March Madness. So, as you might imagine, consumers, relatively predictable patterns when it comes to meat consumption, especially chicken wings. Ergo, we have a giant national surplus of chicken wings right now.
Ooh.
That is fact, said Will Sawyer, lead animal protein economist at CoBank. This is real. The most expensive part of the bird, the wings, haven't been this cheap since back in September of 2011.
It's good news for the chickens. You see all those chickens wingless.
Yeah.
Now, looking back at this year's Super Bowl.
They got hooks.
Yeah, little chickens walking around without their wings. They sold for close to $2 a pound around the time of the Super Bowl.
You ever seen those sad little frogs with no legs? Just
now they
flop down.
They're just sitting.
Lobsters with no tails.
They sell for half that.
Look at that happy face over there.
Hey.
Wait a minute. Is that sleeveless Al Jackson?
I didn't know I was going to be on video. I look
it's-
like a bouncer at a dive bar right now.
No, it's a gun show, baby.
There's Al Jackson, the great comedian. Al, you are at home apparently, and they put you on the video screen. I didn't know that was coming.
And neither did I, Tom. And this is such a weird wide shot, like looking at all four of you guys. It looks like when they first woke up RoboCop, and just like it's just like a bunch of random people. I don't know where I am, but it's good to be here. And shout out to chicken wings being cheap. And that's not just a hack black joke. I love chicken wings. I really do.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Well, there's never been a better time. You can get them on the cheap now. Freeze them and keep them for, you'll always have wings.
Now, I'm a fan of the baked wings. I like to bake them, and then the last couple of minutes, I broil them to get them crispy on the outside. Sometimes you can go to like specialty wings places. I've always said Indy has the best wings in the country, and I'm not joking about that. There are places where you can get them double cooked, where you get them baked, and then they fry them for like a minute.
Oh,
and then,
delicious.
so they get they're soft on the inside and hard on the outside.
This is
Just like me.
my chicken technique for years. We were talking about this off the other day. And this was affirmed by the great Lynn Rosetta Casper, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, when I grill chicken, I bake it to get it to temperature, and then I put it in the grill just for the last few minutes to get that crispiness.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't like the breading on my wings. I know some people like...
You like them naked?
Yeah, I like them sauced.
I like them naked, too.
Yeah.
Now, Al, since you didn't know you were going to be on, and you're wearing the sleeveless, almost like a tank top, do you sleep in that?
I do. Boxer briefs and usually a sleeveless tank. I like to go to sleep looking like Patrick Swayze. Like I want to look like a bouncer. So,
Well, to look like Patrick Swayze, there's got to be a couple changes.
I need to be shorter, Tom?
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Let's go by degree of difficulty. First.
Well, of course, you're alive. I think that's...
of course.
That's
Number
the
one.
biggest difference, yeah.
Number two,
longer hair.
Yes, longer hair, kind of a mullet thing. And the skin tone.
There we go. That would fall to number three. There would be an interesting study is all the people that I think a lot of people would be shocked at how short they were. I think Patrick Swayze was short. I know Prince was like, 5'2" or 5'3".
I've heard Stallone is short, and Schwarzenegger, I've heard they're short.
Yeah, Stallone is, and a friend of ours was a consultant on a Stallone movie. Remember this story?
Oh, yeah.
And he was going to go meet Mr. Stallone, who's apparently a great guy, by the way. But the handlers of Mr. Stallone said to him, "Do not say anything about his height. Don't say I thought you were a lot taller."
Gotcha.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, obviously in movies and Tom Cruise, those guys look like they're super badasses, but they're not real tall.
Yeah, I heard you're supposed to have a big head for TV. Like you're you need a big head, almost like something would be bad in real life is kind of great for television. You want to be short with a big head, so you're not bigger than all your co-stars, but your head looks like something you should pray to.
Oh, like that Dateline guy?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a gigantic head. What's his name?
That's the old truism. Big head for TV, huge penis for radio.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're aware of that, aren't you, Al?
Keith Morrison? Yeah, Keith Morrison. Keith Morrison's got an Easter Island head.
Is that what it's called?
The angle that we're getting on you, Al, you kind of look Easter Island-ish.
I don't know how to do this where I don't look insane.
Oh,
but
I think you look fabulous.
What kind of lighting do you have in there?
I have the blowout. I have a green screen. I just put my studio together. I have 2 of the TV lights behind me, and then I have a main light. So,
okay. What's the poster behind you? All I can see is the word "The Night."
Oh, it says "Blasting holes in the night till she bled sunshine." It's a lyric from this rapper named Mos Def. He has this really cool song where he just talks about New York City, and so I always like that song. And I said if I ever got any money, I would have that made into a piece of art. And I did. I made it.
That's custom?
That's custom. Yes, you can't get this anywhere, baby.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Did you make it? Did you paint that?
No, that's an insult to the author, Tom. But no. This girl named Sonia made it for me. She's a really talented author.
It's very nice. Now, the way the show works is Al Jackson's trying to help me with my street lingo, if you will, make me a little bit hipper.
By the way, Tom, can you let Chick know that I can see him looking so bored? He looks like he's watching a rerun of Jeopardy, and he knows the answers.
I'm just fascinated that you're actually on television.
Now, Al, of course, is on television every day with...
what can we do with that green screen is actually what I was thinking of. It's to your right?
Yeah, we can have some fun with it next week.
I bet you can. We can set it up like you're floating. You're just a big giant head.
There we go.
There it is. There you go. And it literally is like
we can put anything we want behind
like
you.
a green sheet is what it is. Yeah.
Little chroma key.
Chroma key.
Very nice. Now let's get to the business at hand.
The business.
What do we got, Al?
All right, Tom. The last couple weeks, I don't even know if this is even the depressing thing to say because they led such incredible lives. We lost one of my favorite musicians of all time, Mr. Bill Withers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The most underrated. When I argue with people in barbershops and in my dressing room at the show about a real entertainer that had hits, you talk about somebody like Bill Withers because he had hits and you didn't even know he made that. So the first person we lost was Bill Withers, so I have a question about him. And then Kenny Rogers, who had, I believe, 50, I don't know if they were number one hits, but he charted 50 times. I think they were number one hits, which is insane. So 2 incredible careers, so we're going to shout them out really quickly. First up, Bill Withers had one of my favorite all-time songs, Tom. It's called A Lovely Day.
Amazing.
It's just
if
somebody doesn't like that song, I would really judge them. It's that good.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And like, how could you not? And so I believe my man Ice Cube kind of took a page from that when he made "Today Was a Good Day." So Tom, I'm asking you about the song "Today Was a Good Day" by Ice Cube. When he said that when he said he looked up at the lights of the Goodyear blimp. What did he read on the Goodyear blimp? What did it say about Ice Cube?
I'm not familiar with Mr. Cube's work. Is he one of the cops?
He's a good actor.
Is he a cop on some show now?
That's Ice-T.
No, that's
Ice-T. Oh, how could I confuse them?
Such disdain.
So he looks at the Goodyear blimp, and it's got the electronic sign with writing on it.
Yes, and it says something that rhymes with blimp. It says that.
Oh, it must be. I'm guessing something about a pimp. Is this?
Yeah, go with that.
I mean, clearly the the sphere of topics tends to be ghetto.
Oh,
as a general rule. It's something about a pimp. What's the line before it? What's leading into it?
He says, even read the lights of the Goodyear blimp, and it said,
"This guy's a really good pimp."
No,
this guy is a really good pimp.
I do like that they didn't go all the way and say he's a great pimp. He's all right.
Really good.
Do you know what it is, Josh?
No. I'm not 100%.
Well, give me your guess.
It ain't easy being a pimp.
That's close.
Well, wasn't that an Academy Award-winning song by another
Yeah, it's
band?
hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, it's 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
Right. I give up, Al. What's the answer?
It just said, his name just says Ice Cube is a pimp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he talks about himself in the third person?
Well, technically, he was reading the Goodyear blimp. Which, first of all, if you think about it now that we're our age, how embarrassing would it be if you were with your family and you looked up and the Goodyear blimp said that you were...
Point well
How
taken.
embarrassing would that be?
Yeah.
Like, kids, go inside. I'll get you something. Go inside. All right. Tom, obviously we lost the great Kenny Rogers. What a career. What a life. My man Kenny, the gambler, obviously. And speaking about gambling, I'm a big gambler. What street game was derived from craps?
Oh.
Hopscotch?
No.
I think I might know.
It's pretty much just the name of what you're using.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. I have no idea.
Dice.
I think
Dice is a street game?
In the Caribbean, they call it dominoes. Is it
Or
called
rolling
dominoes?
bones.
Yeah, no, dominoes is different than dice. And also, are there? I played dominoes really seriously for about 3 or 4 years. They're like pretty serious. Does anybody in the studio play dominoes?
I do.
Yeah.
Do you play the train game? What do you play? Train game?
I play with the spinner with points.
Oh no, I've never played that one.
Yeah, that's they're different variations, and but people get really seriously into dominoes. But I used to get so serious into dominoes. I had my own account on Yahoo.
Oh,
and I
cool.
just played random people.
Wow.
Oh, my.
That's a different game.
Yeah, dice, right?
That's just dice.
Yeah.
Just
Yes, dice.
playing dice. Scoop it up, Tom. All
Okay.
right.
Okay. I don't know what to say about Kenny Rogers other than I was a big fan, especially of the early work with the first edition.
Sure.
Well, and Tom's too
Tom.
modest to mention this, but he does an
Yes.
incredible Kenny Rogers impersonation.
Yes, he does.
I don't
need
know
to
if
hear
you
this.
know this, Al.
Yeah, you do need to hear this.
Well, remember the song Ruby?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't really have the. I really have to have the music to make it work.
Well, I don't know if we
Should be there at your fingertips.
get that organized.
well, there are other things going on, and
I do have this coming up in the news. Perhaps do you have time to do the Mexican Batman story for Al?
yeah.
You may want to use this on the Daily Blast.
He called himself the Mexican Batman, and this Mexican version of the Cape Crusader is doing his best to help during the coronavirus crisis. The Mexican Batman, wearing his iconic costume of DC's superhero, drives a custom version of the Batmobile and has been patrolling the city streets and asking people to stay at home.
You stay at home, you lunatic.
What city is he in? Is he in Mexico City?
And there's a picture of this guy, and he has a outrageous automobile. It's incredibly cool looking, and he's got a Batman costume, although he has a huge cod piece on it.
Sure.
Well, yeah, he's
I didn't
a
know that's where you were
superhero.
going with it.
It apparently is in Monterrey, Mexico.
Oh, okay, great.
According to the caption on this photo.
Not in Gotham Ciudad.
Wow. And
Well
of
done.
course, wait a minute. Here's the Batmobile
Oh, yeah.
from Mexico. What a great song.
Make war, not love, huh?
That's right.
So this is interesting. The Mexican Batman has 9 kids. Yeah, you never hear about Batman's kids. Just had that Ward Dick Grayson. Different.
Ward. This is my ward. That's right. Yeah.
Calls him his Ward.
I know. That's so weird.
That was weird.
What do you want, lover? Is
Yeah.
that what you want? Yeah.
No, that meant he was like his foster kid,
This
right?
is my
Or
boy
something?
toy.
I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so Al, do we have a word for today that I need to learn?
Tom, we do that. That word is redbone.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
What's the word?
Redbone.
Oh, like Leon Redbone, the singer?
Well, he wouldn't be considered a redbone.
Oh, wasn't
Right, yeah,
wasn't
that-
there a
he just-
band
that's
called
just give you a
Redbone
good-
that?
Oh, yeah.
And weren't they all Native Americans?
Yes.
The
This
band,
is different.
This is different than that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I love that song by the band Redbone, and I love Leon Redbone.
Come and get your love.
Yeah, so Redbone means something in slang?
Yes, it does. Also, Donald Glover had a song called Redbone.
Okay, so is it a type of person?
It is.
Yeah.
It doesn't involve red hair, though.
No.
You know.
God, I have no idea. You know what this is, John?
I do, yeah.
I think Josh does.
What is it?
A lighter-skinned black woman.
Why Redbone?
Right, yeah, why?
Josh nailed it.
I think it's just an old kind of Southern saying.
Yeah.
I don't think that you can really, maybe I'll look it up and see if it really directly comes from something, but in the way that it's used, the way most people use it, it's just like, oh, yeah, I dated this Redbone girl a couple years back down in New Orleans. Like, that's how you say it.
Never heard that before.
Right,
like, that's a phrase people still actively use. It's a little older now, but like when I was in college, the homies use that.
Oh, learn. That's what we're here for.
Would a
We
white
learn.
chap say that?
Would a white chap say that?
Okay, I'll say this. He probably wouldn't know to say it, but if he was involved enough in the black community that he knew what it was, like he could get, like Josh could get away with it. Josh could just say like, oh yeah, I just saw out with this Redbone girl down there. She's cute. Like it's not like, it doesn't have really like.
There's no pejorative.
No, not at all. It's really just a way to say
We're not
somebody's
going to
light
get
skin.
hit.
Okay, all right.
No,
I had
not
no
you, Christy,
idea.
and your protective layer back there. I
Thank
miss
you.
you so much. I feel like
miss you
there's a
too.
world in between us.
I know. There is.
Okay, thank you very much. Al, it's always a great pleasure. And are you on the air today?
I am on the air today. Check out dailyblastlive.com. Find us on Facebook Live.
Are you from your house? Are you going to be broadcasting from the
I'm
house?
broadcasting from the cribbo. So
Okay.
I'm doing the radio in the basement and TV upstairs.
That sounds about right.
The way
Yeah.
it should be. The way it should be.
When you do a movie, you'll be on the roof.
Now you can write your house off.
See ya.
I can. All right, love you guys.
Bye.
He raised a good point there, Christy. I wonder if people
Yeah.
can try doing that.
Sure.
In the meantime, speaking of money, over
Yeah.
there is the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Yeah, where we know our members will face times like these, the uncertainty head on. But at Navy Federal Credit Union, we want you to know that we have your back because uncertain times call for reliable service, and that's exactly what Navy Federal Credit Union offers. So no matter what, Josh, what?
Well, no matter what, Navy Federal remains committed to serving all of their members all of the time. My gosh, that app they have is so handy, so convenient. You can get everything done with it.
Easy
and
to use.
The safety of our members, employees, and community is Navy Federal's first priority.
And the app obviously lets you keep in touch with our service, whether you're on a ship, you're ashore, at home, or at sea.
Sure. Navy Federal's had their members' backs for 87 years, in good times and bad. Maybe that's why they've been named one of the best military credit unions by U.S. News and World Report.
Serving active duty veterans and their families, which is why Josh and I are members of Navy Federal Credit Union, because both of our dads proudly served in the Army. And so why not check out Navy Federal Credit Union, where our members are the mission.
Navy Federal is federally insured by the NCUA.
Thank you very much. Coming up, we have some ventilator news, some pot news, and today in history, and comedian Jimmy Pardo. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Biker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't forget to stop by BobandTomStore.com. Now available the You Guys Rock sweatshirt, plus plenty of T-shirts and cool hats for your spring collection. Click on hoodies and tees to order the vintage sweatshirt at BobandTomStore.com. Do it today.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The National Football League is turning the league's 2020 draft into a 3-day fundraiser to help 6 charities dealing with the virus. The Draftathon announced yesterday will benefit COVID-19 relief efforts and pay tribute to healthcare workers and first responders. Commissioner Goodell says in a statement that the Draftathon will deliver much-needed funding to many who are suffering, as well as those on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. A Florida man has filed a lawsuit against Tiger Woods and his caddy, claiming he suffered injuries from the caddy pushing him out of the way during a tournament 2 years ago. The civil complaint filed Tuesday in Pinellas County and alleges Brian Baruso tried to take a selfie as Woods approached his tee shot left of the 13th green in the third round of the Valspar Championship. Baruso maintains caddy Joe LaCava intentionally shoved him and caused him to stumble and fall into the crowd before being treated for injuries at a hospital. And from the NBA, the Los Angeles Clippers are getting together for workouts while the season is suspended via video conference calls. Up to 10 players at a time tune in to do workouts led by the team's performance staff since the league shut down practice facilities because of the virus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, Dino?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Amore.
Amore who?
Amore do it. Amore like it. Speaking of Amore, this one's called the Backseat Bop. I'm driving along, singing a song. Life can be such a delight.
You know it.
8:15. Don't wanna be late. I'm gonna get lucky tonight.
Oh, Romeo.
Oh, I don't need no apartment, and I don't need no motel. 'Cause I've got a car with a big back seat, and all the ladies think it's swell.
You devil.
They all know my name down in Lover's Lane, 'cause I make it a regular stop. Pretty soon me and my baby will be doing the backseat bop.
That a boy, Dino. Give her the old horizontal Heimlich maneuver.
Now here's a history lesson, Pally. Old Henry Ford, one day he was bored, so he built the Model T coupe.
That's right. He filled it with gas and picked up a lass who he had been trying to stoop.
Well, he pulled that buggy over and he flashed a wicked grin.
Then they hopped into the back seat and he took her for a spin.
Everybody knows that the Pinto blows and the Edsel was a flop. But we'd like to thank you, Mr. Ford,
for inventing the backseat bop. Hey, Dean, what if there's another couple in the front seat?
Keep going, Pally. It's called parallel parking.
I was having a bite at a diner last night when I felt the need for romance. I was horny as hell. Everybody could tell from the bulge that I had in my pants.
No big deal.
So I went cruising downtown, but the girls just told me no. So I thought that I would try my luck at the drive-in picture show. I found a place to park, and when it got dark, I was arrested by a cop. 'Cause he found me there all by myself. I was doing...
Talk about your carjacking.
I was doing...
Oh, solo mio.
I was doing the backseat bop.
Hey, Jerry, speaking of cars, knock, knock.
Who's there?
GM.
GM who?
GM, glad these aren't bucket seats in the back.
Why do you need more leg room?
No more headroom, Pally.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
847 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy has an update in the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather. Mostly sunny, windy. Afternoon showers are possible. High 51. Clearing skies overnight down to 38. Partly cloudy 48 tomorrow. We're at sunshine 44 right now.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. You may have just heard an announcement. The mellifluous voice of yours truly. Pay close attention. That could be happening some more. It just happened. So I hope you're following your instructions because you could be a big winner. Thank you very much. Now, Christy, what was the Easter at this point is looking what now?
Kind of rainy and a high of 60.
Okay. All righty. I noticed some of the car washes were open yesterday.
Yeah.
No wonder it rained. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Glad to be here with Ace, Chick, Josh, Mr. Godwin over there in the glass closet. Yep. In the other glass room, it's Christy Lee, keeping our social distance as required by
yes, sir. Law.
By wisdom, I think. Thank you very much. This is Tom speaking. Did I get that in? And it's the 9th of April, 2020. Quarantine continues. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to talk with comedian Jimmy Pardo, one of our very favorites. Right now, we turn the dial and go to Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Dr. Fauci, the National Institute of Allergies and Infectious Diseases director, who we see every day on our TV, said Americans should never shake hands again in order to prevent the spread of coronavirus and other diseases.
I'd be up for that.
The leading infectious disease expert on President Donald Trump's coronavirus task force told the Wall Street Journal that an end to handshaking would be good for reducing future transmissions of the novel coronavirus and would also cut the number of influenza cases as well.
Okay.
That's not going to happen, do you think?
No, I don't think it's going to happen. But
I think it should.
And you just do the bump.
Going out of fashion.
I don't
do the
think you have
elbow.
to, do anything.
How about looking at someone sincerely and saying hello?
Yeah, that's fine.
I think an ass bump would be better.
You think so?
Remember that fad?
The old hip
Bring the bump back.
check.
Do
Sure.
the bump.
Yeah.
David Bowie, fame,
Boom. Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da. Boom. Boom.
I don't know. The last couple of months I've been kind of doing the elbow thing.
Yeah. Well, you're not that close to people.
Well, I mean,
before this,
in the first phase of this one,
Gotcha.
it was just sort of bubbling under in China. But I don't know. Shaking hands is an important thing, I think.
No, stop.
Across,
It's an antiquated process that we don't have to go through anymore.
Okay.
I could take it or leave it.
I'm entitled to my opinion.
You are.
Do you know there's a culture in Africa where the men grab the other man's male member?
That's true.
And greet each other?
Yeah. What if that were...
That'd be awkward.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you'd all have to be naked, which it would be awkward in and above itself.
I've never seen you more upset when that one guy shook your hand too hard that one time and you thought he'd broken your hand.
Well, I hate it when people do that.
Yes. So that's
They do it a lot.
Out of the question now.
Okay. Well, for now, obviously, no handshaking. So
No. Here's another story. Ventilator shortages are continuing to plague our hospitals, but an enterprising Maryland engineer has devised an unorthodox way to potentially supply coronavirus patients with oxygen, and that would be the breast pump. Ms. Brandy Gersner, an engineer, used an X-Acto knife and a screwdriver to reverse the breast pump suction function.
it's like a MacGyver thing.
Suction function.
What's your junction?
It expels air rather than taking it in. She even rigged the impromptu breathing instrument so that it would pump air in accordance with medical oxygen intake standards.
Wow. How about that?
That's great.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have a breast pump lying around?
No. I rented one. I didn't own it. I didn't use it very long.
You didn't do the rent to own.
No, I didn't think I would need it very long. No, you don't use. Chick, it's just the pump part. You don't rent
Talk about cheap.
You don't rent the tubing and the cup.
Yeah, you can tell the people that are on those ventilators because there's just a big brassiere in their face.
Of all the things you've bought in your life, you rent your breast pump.
Never mind.
Sorry.
Doctors urging those in the United Kingdom to avoid gardening or DIY jobs around the house during the lockdown. Yeah, you know why?
The injuries?
Yep. British Association of Plastic, Reconstructive, and Aesthetic Surgeons
Yeah, I trust these people.
is urging Brits to avoid starting any tasks that could lead to a traumatic injury, as it could divert NHS staff and resources away from the current coronavirus crisis. Records show there's already been a spike in the number of power tool-related injuries, including chainsaw and lawnmower injuries since the lockdown.
Yeah, this is going to be a real problem.
I saw a guy with a chainsaw yesterday. Not my neighbor. I was on a walk, but yeah.
I mean, chainsaws, obviously you're going to need them at certain times, but you've got to be extra careful. Whatever. I mean, we've been telling our kids there's certain things you do not want to do this right now, because if something goes wrong, you do not want to be going to the hospital for any reason.
Isn't there a school of thought that chainsaws should be outlawed because they're so dangerous, right?
They scare me.
You know
I'll
what you're
tell
doing.
you.
Yeah, right?
No, they're scary.
Well, but there are people who are very skilled
Kickback?
using them.
Sure. Heard about kickback?
Sure.
Huh?
Horrifying, yeah.
Lefty? Huh?
The same thing is about taking good care of your teeth right now.
Well, you should be doing that anyway.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things we should be doing anyway that we're not. But I mean, you don't want to have to have some kind of emergency dental issue right now.
That's the only. In fact, my dental office, and I'm sure you got the same text. And unless it's an emergency, they're not. They're rescheduling everyone.
Yeah, and I've got a little girl whose braces are supposed to come off.
And,
well, you can do that yourself.
Yeah, you got some pliers, don't you?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Snip, snip.
You know something?
Just yell, hold still.
I will leave it to the very fine doctors that are handling
Hold still.
the orthodonture. I'm not going to get in there with my needle nose.
Yeah. That's what the dentist
I'm just
going
to twist it till the metal fatigues. Uh-oh. Looks like we got some tartar in there. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm rubbing off the enamel.
The guy cuts his own cast off. I ain't going back to the doctor and get my cast cut off. I'll do it myself.
Sure. Well, if you remember correctly, in one of the Fast and Fury films.
Oh, that's exactly right.
The Rock he not only takes his own cast off, he flexes it off.
That's right. He looks out the window and he sees chaos. And he looks at his daughter and says,
Daddy's got to go to work.
That's exactly right.
And then he flexes his arm, Tom, and his muscles shatter the cast.
Shatter the cast.
I've had a severely broken arm. That would never be possible.
Well, you're not Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, you're not.
The talking toys in Toy Story will happen before you have a broken arm and can flex it and get the cast off. I'm just saying.
You don't know.
And if you think I didn't cheer when that happened.
And then I couldn't wait to watch it at home so I could rewind it.
Okay. Now, when we come back, we have a new song from Patty G.
We do.
I think.
I hope.
Very excited about it. And Josh is going to have a part in this song.
Oh, how about that?
I'm going to have to take Josh aside and explain his role.
Oh, here we go.
Right. No speculation.
The Puppet Master continues.
Josh, as you know, is a very fine singer. He has his band, The Consensuals, the a cappella singing group.
What is it about that he thinks is funny? What is it?
Because it sounds just like one of those 50s era a cappella groups with a kind of a contemporary I'm not deaf touch.
Yeah.
I'm not tone deaf touch. When we come back, I'm very excited about this. And then we're going to talk with one of my very favorite human beings, the great comedian Jimmy Pardo. I'm so excited.
So
this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom's work farce, all the fun without really too much effort. Ace Cosby's your host. Keep the smile going all day. Keep your family guessing what you're up to as you roll through this Thursday with us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. In a first small step toward reopening the country, the Trump administration has issued new guidelines to make it easier for essential workers who have been exposed to COVID-19 to get back to work if they have no symptoms. The director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says essential employees, such as healthcare and food supply workers who've been within 6 feet of a confirmed or suspected case of the coronavirus, can return to work under certain circumstances. The CDC recommends taking your temperature before your shift, wearing face masks, and practicing social distancing. The steep drop in air travel is passing a milestone. Fewer than 100,000 people went through airport checkpoints Tuesday, the lowest number since the Transportation Security Administration started keeping track. That's down 95% from a year ago and could be the smallest number since the 1950s. And Apollo 13's astronauts never gave a thought to their mission number as they blasted off for the moon 50 years ago, even when their oxygen tank ruptured 2 days later on April 13th. Jim Lovell and Fred Hayes insist they're not superstitious. They even use 13 in their email addresses. Jim Lovell calls it a miraculous recovery, and a half-century later, Apollo 13 still considers that Mission Control's finest hour. Now the coronavirus pandemic has robbed them of their anniversary celebrations. Festivities are on hold, including at Kennedy Space Center in Florida, where the mission began April 11th, 1970, a Saturday just like this year. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I'm not sure if you guys heard or not, but I heard with this pandemic, since some people can't leave their house, there's a condom shortage.
Oh.
What? I didn't know.
I heard some people washing out their rubbers and reusing them.
Donnie.
I swear to God. You're thinking what I'm thinking. Thank God every rubber's got two sides. Because could you imagine? When I come from the school, you're supposed to turn the rubber inside out and leave it in the sun for 12 hours.
Really?
Right.
Put it right next to the sun tea, Josh. When the sun tea's ready, so's your rubbers.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy on your computer all day and all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I saw her driving in a Plymouth. A cellular phone was in her hand. I couldn't stop myself from shouting, "You'll be damned!
You'll be damned!
You'll be damned! Surely burn in hell."
Heathen. Heathen. Heathen.
I can't get her out of that car.
I saw her through the bedroom window.
Ja, ja, ja.
Remote control and VCR.
Ja, ja, ja.
Hey, what's that other thing she's holding? Well, looky there!
Looky there! Looky there!
Like a mule eating a carrot.
Heathen. Heathen. Heathen.
295, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you, the mellifluous voice of Ace Cosby. Chick is sitting right there. Why didn't he do it?
I'm ODing on peanut butter cups. Leave me alone. Hey, it's a quarantine.
No.
Get off my back.
I mean, I get Cutco scissor money now?
Oh. No.
Where'd you find peanut butter cup?
None of your business.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some people clean out their garage. Chicks going through all of the nooks and crannies of this building and finding other people's peanut butter cookies.
My favorite part is Tom brought us all something. You're welcome. Go ahead and get that food out there. Yes, I know. Whatever you'd like, people.
Happy to deduct it from your salary.
Jerk.
Although I think you may have eaten more peanut butter cups than your
Salary?
Pay.
Am I upside down on peanut butter? Holy hell. Well, that's no good.
That'd be a great title for an album. Upside Down on Peanut Butter.
Love it.
I'm sorry, Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Brought to you by CarX. Mostly sunny, windy, afternoon shower possible. High 51, down to 38 overnight. Partly cloudy, 48 on Friday. Right now, 44 degrees.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Keep listening for your shot at some serious cash. We got that coming up again. Also, the Bob and Tom after party on the way here on Q95. Also, Q95 has Team Indiana on our microsite. You can find that. Go to Q95.com. Find out what's going on with respect to what's open, where you can maybe get takeout and curbside and help out a lot of those great restaurants out there. And helping to feed us, and all those other people who are doing heroic things, keeping people alive and keeping people fed and keeping the roads open. There's a lot of people doing a lot of great work out there. So you can find out more about that, once again, Q95.com. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Jimmy Pardo in about 15 minutes. Remind me that I have a question from Leah in St. Louis, who's gone out of her way to email me.
Oh, all right.
Great song.
Great song.
Yeah,
Leah.
great song.
One of the best songs ever recorded.
Right now, let's see, we have a song coming up from Mr. Pat Godwin, who's in the small glass booth over there.
I am indeed.
Socially distanced and voted off the island. Christy Lee is also in her own space. Ace, Chick, yours truly, and Josh are all in this room. Once again, Josh, you have a role in this song that's coming up.
All right.
And you have a prop.
I shall do my best.
And I hope you've been schooled and are ready to go.
I've been preparing for this all my life.
Okay, I don't think you'll have a problem with it.
He can't wait. He's excited. He
came into my room and went, what fat joke am I doing?
ready to go.
Did you see this thing about Matthew McConaughey?
Yes, I have.
Do you have that story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is really funny.
Hang on, it was right here, and then you.
Get your act together, Lee.
Come on.
Actor Matthew McConaughey hosted a virtual bingo session for seniors.
What?
McConaughey, along with his wife, his mother, and his 3 children, held a Zoom video session with the residents of Enclave at Round Rock Senior Living in Texas.
That's cool.
In a video posted to Facebook by the facility, Matthew calls out numbers as 2 residents say they have bingo. The poster all right.
He talks so slow. I'm wondering if any of the residents went, we only have limited time left on this earth.
All right.
If you could
Hurry it up, hippie.
Hurry the F up. And I can't wait to call my children and tell them that our bingo is hosted by Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Apparently, the residents had a great time playing.
Oh, I think he's so cool.
I do, too.
He's so cool.
like
Are you
him.
kidding?
Oh, that's
Who
good.
plays bongos naked is cool in my book. I don't care.
Really?
Yeah.
You go for stuff like that?
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
See, the real Christy Lee comes out
What's
occasionally.
wrong with that?
Yeah, no, nothing. Yeah, go for it.
If you
Yeah.
ever find me naked playing bongos, find out when I had my brain removed.
You have to play congas.
Griswold
right?
finally got the lobotomy.
No, that means you're having fun. I would be so excited for you.
It'd be so out of character for Tom.
I
We'd have to assume.
But
No, he can pull it off. I could never.
what's the most fun thing you've ever done?
Yeah, when you just let go,
Let go.
man.
Just
You kind of sort of forgot an evening.
Yeah.
When was that?
No, I've had many of them.
I don't believe anything
all
you're saying.
the really good stuff you can't really talk about if you're a gentleman.
Oh, okay.
Unless it happened on a sailboat or on skis, and then certainly.
All right. I bet skiing is probably your let loose thing, right?
Not these days.
Oh.
Yeah, but I enjoy lots.
You know,
of
you
things.
you should. Oh, this just in.
All right.
You should bring your mentality, what your brain's doing, the conscious level you're at when you're skiing. Josh and I had this discussion over the break that if you would just let go, like when you're skiing, it's so easy.
Looks like second nature to you.
You're not really
you have
thinking.
no, because actually, you weren't thinking. You're focusing, or you'll kill yourself into
No,
a tree.
I don't.
You were able to film yourself, video. You were chatting it up.
You make it look so easy.
It was like you were walking.
It wasn't steep. I was going slow.
But in here, where it used to look easy to you, you've overthought things so much. You're driving not only yourself crazy, but us.
Okay.
And that's the end of my serious
just,
talk for today.
I'm just watching Matthew McConaughey calling bingo.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
All right.
Did you see the end of this thing where the winner she wins a mask?
How about that?
It would have been nice if she'd won a Lincoln, but okay.
No, I think right now.
Yeah, no, you'd rather have a ventilator.
You don't want a hearse.
Family tensions were running high over the weekend when Norfolk County OPP responded to a call for a domestic dispute
You down with
involving
OPP?
OPP.
Yeah, you know me is your call to action.
You know me.
You down with OPP?
You know me.
OPP. Officers were called at around 10:30 a.m. to reports of an argument at a home in Simcoe. The disagreement ensued after a 14-year-old accused his mom of stealing his cannabis.
Oh.
The two were separated.
Called the cops?
Yeah. The two were separated by officers who determined that neither the mom nor the son was injured as a result of the argument.
I would hope not. Huh.
Yeah.
She's raising a little narc.
That's your take on this?
Okay. My mom took my weed.
I think as a parent, I think that I know. For example, I have the 15% Halloween candy rule.
Yeah,
isn't that standard?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
absolutely.
In California, it's 30%.
Oh, naturally.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A Florida woman
in Florida. Yeah, nothing at all in Florida.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders kids. They just they had other kids bring them all.
She's out of the race. We don't have to talk about him
They
anymore.
didn't have to trick or treat. Someone else did it for them.
He quit. Are you?
Yeah, he quit.
Are they making the Bernie 2024 stickers now? Have they started today?
Oh, boy, that's a push.
Shouldn't there be?
What is he, 88?
I mean, you got to have 35, right, before you can run for president. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can't there be a maximum age as well?
There could, but there isn't.
If you're going to reach the age of 80 while you're in office,
that would require a constitutional amendment.
Do you know what you're doing at that point?
There have been issues
How
with this
nuts
before.
am I now? How crazy am I going to be at 80? Don't say it.
Well, first
you're
of all,
yelling.
There we go.
I've got a C note that says you'll have to put it in your will to pay me, but
Chick thinks he's going to make it to 80. Did you hear what McGee said? What the hell is going on?
in the dog years, maybe.
You guys, be nice.
What's wrong?
Being nice isn't funny. Shut up.
Yes. You and Tom and Jake really hate each other? Yes.
I can't wait till you're 80.
Can we get our new song? I'm so excited because Josh is, I think, Pat's the best singer in the bunch.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But Josh is a very fun singer.
Very fun.
Very dramatic stage singer.
Godwin?
Dean is certainly a fine singer.
Did you say the stage?
You know something?
Josh, are you ready? Ready? We're up. We're up. We're up.
You got your prop ready?
I
to
sure
go?
do. Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
Tom is so concerned. He's going to signal.
If I can quote the president, go big.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
Okay.
geez.
Okay, go big.
Okay.
Pat, do your thing.
Here
and
we
don't
go.
listen to
The
him.
soothing sounds of Simon and Garfunkel for these trying times.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Hello, sweatpants, mild friend.
Yes.
I'm here to put on you again. Self-quarantining ain't all that great. I smoke a lot of pot and masturbate.
Yeah.
Then I go to the kitchen and get a bag of potato chips and sour cream dip and listen to the sound of munchies.
There it is.
That was Josh's part?
Josh, are you okay over there?
I'm great. Yeah. In my element.
Man, Cheetos are so good. What do they do? How do they arrive at Cheetos, huh?
I love Hello Sweatpants.
My old friend.
That is so true.
Do you own a pair of sweatpants?
No.
No.
Okay, I
hate sweatpants.
was driving to the store yesterday, and I saw a guy wearing pleated khakis with a belt and a button-up shirt doing his mulch, and I thought, that's Tom Griswold.
No, I hate sweatpants for one simple reason.
What's that?
They're too comfortable.
No pockets?
Too warm.
An American man carries his wallet in his right rear.
Yeah.
Even when you're home, you've got your wallet on you. Are you living with
kidding?
prostitutes? You're going to keep an eye on it? What the hell?
I think if you refer to any of the women in my house as prostitutes, you're going to be in trouble.
You keep your wallet on you all the time at home?
A gentleman always has his wallet on him. That's your reason?
One of my sons.
Every day you set records for
One of my
weird.
sons only wears sweatpants, and I kid you not, he has to get a new driver's license every 2 months. He loses his wallet constantly.
Well,
But I've never owned a pair of sweatpants. I hate them.
Never.
Always have hated them.
God. What an odd hill to place your flag on.
And they're usually worn by, 3-tooth tail jacks so they can scratch their balls
Oh
easy.
my God! 95% of the people in the world wear sweatpants.
It's a joke.
I don't own a pair of
Let me
sweatpants.
tell you a damn thing right now. Dickie Dick and I love our sweat. We got a 50 pair, I bet.
Now,
I wear them when I ain't even sweating.
Ace, no offense intended.
I
You're
don't
always
think I've ever sweated in.
Ace, you always wear sweatpants. Where do you put your wallet?
In his pocket.
Today, my hoodie.
Oh.
In your hoodie? What the heck?
Right there in the front
pouch there?
Yeah.
Does that have a zipper on it?
No.
There are some sweatpants that have back pockets on them.
That is
What do you think's going on that a wallet's going to fall out of a sweatpants?
Nothing.
pocket?
I don't blame
not doing the
Tom
twist.
for not letting his wallet just sit around his house. Every other phone call he gets is somebody asking for money. Of course, he's clutching his wallet everywhere he goes.
Yeah, that's
No, but I've never worn sweatpants. I don't think I've ever owned a pair. Sorry. I don't
What
like
did you run in? Did you not have a tracksuit or a?
Yeah, I ran in track shorts.
You didn't have a
I'm
sweatsuit over your track shorts?
I'm wearing sweatpants shorts today.
That's what I thought.
Living the dream.
Where is your wallet?
It's out in the car under lock and key. Where it should be.
I've done that too.
Yeah, I do that.
Look at him.
You guys are nuts.
Tom,
these mics are on, you idiot.
I know, but why? We've got video cameras. We've got Artie, our security guard.
Artie's drunk again.
Well, he's
He
never
sure is.
he's never more trigger happy than when he's drunk. So it's fine out there in the car.
But you do have, please tell me you have loungewear, like something you don't just wear jeans or something every day, do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine Tom in a wife beater?
With a cigarette hanging out of
and
his
a
mouth.
spaghetti sauce stain right there.
And 2 ice cubes of
Bourbon
and a rocks glass.
All right, who left the crayons out?
I said, listen,
Let me tell you something.
lucky you're short because I can't bend over to slap you.
We make that video of you in a white beater. Hi,
Oh,
that'll
Tom.
go viral.
Tom at home. Hi, damn it! I said get your ass in here.
Hey, you neighbor, lawn queer. We got it.
That
Okay,
would be funny.
You cut your grass 3 times a week. What the hell's wrong with you?
It's like the commercial where Jason Momoa is taking his muscles off. And it's just Tom getting undressed and turning into this
Full head of hair.
hill jack, as he would
Angry
say.
hill jack.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to remind you that many of us are quarantined and clearly losing our minds. We're lucky enough to be able to come in here and lose it briefly before we go back home. I know you're in quarantine. I know times are tough, and maybe the stress has gotten to you. Maybe you're having some...
Oh.
You can put down the chips, El Gordo.
We have a quick snack, and then you have a Roman. El Gordo.
You had one roll. That was 10 minutes ago.
Excuse me. Yeah, there was one line.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could have heard Tom's speech to Josh about not putting a Cheeto in his mouth, it was unbelievable.
I was worried about premature consumption.
I know.
I didn't want, after Pat's brilliant setup, I didn't want those sweatpants, my old friend. Crunch.
You knew where it was. We discussed it.
Where was I? I was talking about stress getting to you. Maybe you've lost your mojo. Well, this is actually the perfect time to get it back now that you're there with her or him or whoever. The point is, Roman, what's it all about? Well, it's about dealing with ED. And this is a pharmaceutical distributor that's been dealing with the real stuff. This is the stuff you've been seeing advertised. It all started with Bob Dole, great American, a man brave enough to get up and go, hey, this is a problem that I had, and I've solved it. Thank you very much. So, Roman, you can get stuff like Viagra and all and that sort of thing. And how do you do it? Well, you go online. And with Roman, you'll actually be communicating with an American physician. And if you are indeed a candidate for these particular pharmaceuticals, they'll sign you up. And they've got free 2-day shipping. Josh, how much is the shipping?
Free.
Okay, the next time I ask you, could you please be eating some Cheetos? The process is very straightforward, very simple and discreet. Now, you do this online evaluation. How much is the online evaluation, Josh?
It's free.
Free.
Gratis.
Gratis.
Thank you. GetRoman.com/wood. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Complete online visit. You can complete it very quickly with an actual physician. And like I said, GetRoman.com/wood. Free online visit. Free 2-day shipping. Now is the time. Get part of your life back. Are you kidding me? GetRoman.com/wood for the free
Shipping won't
visit.
cost you a thing.
What? You don't have to keep eating the chips. That part of the commercial's over.
Cheetos.
Huh? I didn't even look at them. GetRoman.com/wood for the free visit to get started. Coming up, one of my favorite human beings, and I've got a special request from Leah here. It's Mr. Jimmy Pardo coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, we're taking requests. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com is the place to send your email. If there's a comedian, a song, a Bob and Tom classic moment you'd like to hear again, we'll see if we can't get it on for you during these trying times. Maybe something you want to share with your family or your friends. Let us know. We'll see if we can't get it on as a Bob and Tom request. Again, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk with your entertainment news. Willie Nelson, Neil Young, John Mellencamp, and Dave Matthews will perform from their homes on Saturday as a show of support for family farmers and ranchers. At Home with Farm Aid will be streamed at the Farm Aid website and shown on Access TV. Nelson says while farmers and ranchers are considered essential workers during the coronavirus outbreak, many have lost access to markets or seen a drastic drop in prices they receive for their products. Nelson says the online concert will help Farm Aid as it distributes emergency grants. Trace Adkins, Jason Crabb, and T. Graham Brown will do an Easter edition of the Saturday evening broadcast from the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. Maddie and Tay will host a special pre-show. The Opry has been closed because of the coronavirus outbreak, but it still has maintained its Saturday night broadcasts, albeit in front of an empty auditorium. And a key figure in the impeachment case against former President Bill Clinton, Linda Tripp, has died. It was she who secretly taped conversations with Monica Lewinsky, in which the White House in turn told her of her affair with Clinton. Tripp died yesterday at the age of 70. Her attorney confirms her death but offers no details on the cause. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show is on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Wow.
When we come back, we'll find out about... we got a new story. The headline is Drugs into Butt. Into butt. Drugs into butt.
What are you doing?
Where are the drugs?
In God's name are you doing?
Hey, Tom, where are the drugs?
Into butt.
It's almost like you don't want listeners. Do you even like this show?
You know we hate you.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Tom. God knows I'm not perfect. I guess I can be difficult and maybe a little demanding. Oh, sure, some might say tyrannical, but I don't get it. I try to be a nice guy, but it seems everybody's pissed at me. My friends are pissed, my partner's pissed, my mother's pissed, my lawyer's pissed, my waiter's pissed, my dog is pissed. Everybody's pissed at me. My baker's pissed, my family's pissed, my plumber's pissed, my fisher pissed, my barber's pissed, my brother's pissed. It is very plain to see. Everybody's pissed at me. I think we can all agree. Everybody's pissed at me.
Tom, you are an evil bastard. We're all pissed at you today.
I am sick of all your bitching. Here's a check. Go away.
Your boss is pissed, your kids are pissed, your neighbor's pissed, your sister's pissed. We'll bet even God is
Everybody's pissed at me. When I wrote my pissed off list, I'm sure there's someone that I missed, and that will probably make them pissed. It is very plain to see. Everybody's pissed at me. I think we can all agree. Everybody's pissed at me. Very justifiably. Everybody's pissed at your friends are pissed, your partners pissed, your mother's pissed, your lawyer's pissed, your waiter's pissed, your dog is pissed. Everybody's pissed at me.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Drew Hastings is our guest.
Let me tell you a little tip, and I'll tell your listeners. I have always carried $2 bills. People are inordinately impressed with $2 bills. Have you ever noticed?
9:21 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
I can't wait for this to be over so we can. We're going to do our Omnisource road trip.
Yeah.
We're going to watch them take metal stuff and turn it into smaller metal stuff.
It'll be awesome.
Oh, giant, just eating lawn chair machine.
A car.
Oh, yeah. I'm so excited. You know. By the way, just to clarify, they don't take like a car and turn it into quarters.
Right.
As they turn it into money, it's a different. Okay,
yeah,
sorry,
they don't actually cut it up into discs.
Omnisource. Thank you very much. I'm looking. In fact, if you're doing a lot of cleaning right now at your house and finding a bunch of stuff you got lying around, maybe it's time to recycle it, right?
Yeah. What if you have a bunch of recycled metal in your house? Can you recycle recycled metal?
Sure.
Is this interesting at all?
Yes. No. You could take Josh. Josh, you know something? I'm happy to donate your car.
Yes.
To our friends at Omnisource, and they could probably just give it to one of their employees. What they probably do. Could we get an update in the weather, Christy?
Yeah, we have a new wind advisory that's just been issued until 8 o'clock tonight for central Indiana. Mostly sunny, windy with a high of 51. Could see a shower this afternoon. Currently 45 degrees.
Handsome advisory. Pardo's coming up. Oh. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, which is about to get much more handsome because we are here. It is the 9th of April, 2020. The quarantine continues, and we have a visual hookup with the great comedian Jimmy Pardo, who appears to be. Are you at Comiskey? What's happening there, Jimmy?
I'm at the old Comiskey. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Very nice.
How about that?
That's amazing. Nice turnout.
Things are so different during this quarantine that these old stadiums have been rebuilt, and we're just hanging out there now.
Yeah. It's packed.
Let's see now. As you
That's
can see,
the downside, Josh. There shouldn't be this many people here.
Yeah, that's the dead giveaway, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess a true fan might notice it, but I just noticed all the people in the stands. The green screen magic that we have.
Well, I also wonder what game that was because I don't remember that stadium ever being that crowded.
Obama must have been there that night.
That when you think, I think that was before he was even born, Josh.
Yeah, you're right.
Are they wearing fedoras?
There's a lot of fedoras. There's a lot of, you know what? I'm going to get rid of that since that seems to be upsetting some people.
What hat? What team hat is that you're wearing?
I can't tell because it's reversed to the thing, but I think it's the none of your business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
It looks like the little chicken from that
It looks like the
cartoon.
Lug Nuts or something, or the Lance.
No, you know what it is? It's from, I think it's Cannon, North Carolina, the Cannonballers.
Oh, okay. All right.
They are a single A affiliate of the aforementioned White Sox.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That's
very nice.
Oh, Jimmy Pardo is in California. He is quarantined with his wife and son, and apparently has a green screen that he can put stuff on. So it looks.
There we go. So
now we're seeing your hallway.
Oh, no, it's just another green screen. It's of a hallway.
I have a green screen of a generic office.
Now, behind your right shoulder, is that a vintage, what is that, a Kenwood stereo?
No, that's a tube receiver, isn't it?
You want to guess another brand?
Sherwood?
No, but you're
Pioneer.
You're in Pioneer. It's a Pioneer. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to guess
I got a Pioneer, and then on the other side of that, I got a U-turn turntable, and then I've got got the Bose speakers, and then I've got you guys right on the screen.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Did you know, here's an obscure trivia thing I mentioned a month or so ago. Macintosh, before it was a computer, with a different spelling, was one of the finest tube preamps, amps, et cetera, et cetera. Those were,
you know what?
Stereophiles love the classic Mac stuff.
My friend Rory has one of those.
They're the best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm impressed by, Jimmy, is your blinds don't have the antiquated rope system. They have the rod in the middle of the blind.
Oh, he has plantation shutters.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
These are plantation shutters.
That's right.
Sorry, I don't know the terminology. I don't know the terminology.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Hey, here's an idea. Let's not say plantation anymore.
That's
How about
what
that?
they're called.
I don't disagree with Chick, but I also don't disagree with Christy. They are called plantation shutters.
Yes.
Well, they're gorgeous.
but I tell you what they are not called is blinds.
Well, I'm a Missouri rube. I don't know any.
Well, what would you call them? You raisin eating Californian?
I'd call them shutters.
All right.
This isn't a dorm room that we threw things together. This is a home. This is a house. You know what? You guys don't get the benefit of seeing that anymore.
It looks.
What's going
back
on?
to the studio.
I like the hardwood floors, and if your floors are like mine right now, every inch is vacuumed 3 times a day.
Oh.
My place is you could eat off any horizontal surface in my house. I'm squirting it with medical grade disinfectant constantly.
Yes, at least once an hour we're Swiffering, we're cleaning. I take my temperature every 45 minutes.
Oh.
If even that, infrequently.
And then I have done more laundry, folded more towels, done more dishes.
We were talking yesterday that we've run our dishwasher more in the last 3 weeks than we have in the 10 years we've lived here.
Same thing.
I agree.
Yeah, that's. I think we're all. We're all.
Now, Chick, you kind of when I mentioned taking your temperature, you went. Bleh.
No.
Are you? Because you're doing the same thing, or
I am doing the exact same thing. And Tom and I every morning we check in. How many times yesterday did you think you had it? And it's in double digits every day. Yeah.
Someone on our staff. I am not kidding. I won't say who it is has a chart.
A chart.
Every time that they check your temperature
on the wall. Yes, temperature over the last 4 weeks. They can tell you every hour.
Oh, I
that
we're big
awake.
enough for this.
It's you, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
No, I broke my rectal thermometer just the other day.
Sat on it
Got
wrong?
nervous?
Yeah.
And I take my temperature rectally every time. Yeah,
sure.
That's okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, you have to, and it's tough to get it in there with as tense as we are these days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
For some, it's the only pleasure they have right now. Well, please take it again.
Yeah, that's right.
My thermometer does have ribs, and I think that is really
Well, for your pleasure.
It's for the thermometers. Yes.
Yeah.
And Tom, you know the difference between an oral and a rectal thermometer.
I don't.
It's a taste, of course. Cheers, Jimmy.
Good morning.
What do you got there, Jimmy? A nice glass of water?
Yeah.
I got a delicious glass of water and a plastic cup that I think does not keep germs attached to it. I made that up.
Okay. Now, Jimmy, I have a letter, if you don't mind. We promoted the fact that you were going to be on the show yesterday.
Oh, I should have done that.
And Leah,
I wish you cared more. Come on.
I meant that sincerely, you keyhead.
Leah is one of your biggest fans, so don't make fun of her.
Is Leah out of the Midwest?
Yes, her last name. She's from St. Louis, and Josh, you're from St. Louis. How would you pronounce this? Her last name is spelled Moffat.
Moffat? Moffat?
Moffat. Oh, okay. So it's Moffat.
No.
Oh my God.
No. Moffat sounds like the name of a rapper.
Yeah, but I bet Leah's delighted you mentioned her name and her.
And you told him not to make fun of her. And
I'm not
what
making
did
fun.
you do?
Doesn't Moffat sound like the name of a rapper?
It does, yeah.
Hey, man, did you hear Moffat's dead? No kidding.
Well,
really?
that's not
A rap star gunned down?
It's sort of like you had the Notorious B.I.G. and Moffat. They were sort of the chubby checker Fats Domino of the hip-hop world.
Okay. So you think it's Moffat?
I absolutely think it's Moffat, yeah.
I absolutely.
You know a Moffat?
Yeah, but doesn't that end in IT?
It can, I bet.
I guess it can, yeah.
Well, anyway, Miss Moffat. Little Miss Moffat sat in a big ass.
Right, she's crying.
Eating her curds and what? No?
I was given strict instructions to not insult this woman, and that's all you've done.
No. She's your biggest fan, and she wants to know.
Yeah.
She has every one of your, she puts tapes and albums. She has a lot of Never Not Funny YouTubes that she's been watching over the years. She loves Jimmy Pardo.
Mm-hmm.
So excited to hear that he's going to be on. She wants to know, and you're not going to believe me when I read this. I'll read this verbatim. Could you ask Jimmy if his bumper sticker that says "I hate Jimmy Pardo" is still available? I would love one for my car.
Sure. Just email me at fanclub@jimmypardo.com, Leah. And Leah only. I don't need to hear from the rest of you.
Now, let's not get bogged down in other people.
Now, Jimmy, I love.
I'm very busy these days. I don't have time to answer emails.
I feel you.
The background on this is that everyone in the comedy business sells merch of some sort, and you had this great idea
Yeah.
Do you want to explain the idea?
Yeah, this was in, I want to say, 1995. And I had the great idea because I had worked with a bunch of comics that leading up to this happening that had bumper stickers. And I jokingly said, what am I going to sell? An I Hate Jimmy Pardo bumper sticker? And the comedians laughed like crazy. They thought it was the funniest idea. And I also thought, that is a great idea. You know what? I'll charge $3 for them. People that loved me will get the joke and they'll buy it. And the people that hated me will go, yeah, I did hate you. Here's $3. And either way, I'm going to be a billionaire with bumper sticker sales. So I ordered the bumper stickers, and in between me having this idea, ordering them, and them arriving, the bumper sale industry went to hell. Nobody cared about bumper stickers anymore. And so after my shows, I would stand there and go, hey, thanks for coming. And the people that loved me would come up and go, but we don't hate you. We loved your show. And they'd walk away without paying me any money. And the people that hated me would go, man, I hated you. Why would I buy that sticker? Remember this night. And they'd walk out. So I, for 25 years, have had a storage crate full of I Hate Jimmy Pardo bumper stickers.
Well, you're going to have one less thanks to Leah.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I'll have to I'll have to put a mask on to risk the dust that those things are under.
Now, are you aware that there was one of those in this studio?
Oh, yeah.
I was.
Since its inception, but I believe when they did the remodeling over there to put the now abandoned Godwin corner, the I Hate Jimmy Pardo bumper sticker came out.
Oh, that's what the remodel that I thought that when Bob left. That's he.
No. There was a cabinet over there that had to be taken down.
I see.
But I don't know if you heard, we voted Godwin off the island.
I'm at the kids' table, Jimmy. I'm way back here. Yeah.
Pat, are you? Is that you waving to me, Pat?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Jimmy, are you keeping the? Is it what is it? A 6 feet apart from? Are you seeing any other people besides your wife and your child?
You know what? We were also going to the studio to do my podcast, the award-winning Never Not Funny. And then this week we got the lockdown that we're not supposed to leave our homes for the next week to 10 days if we could avoid it. So we did the shows this week remotely via Zoom. But otherwise, if I'm walking around the neighborhood, I might see somebody, but no, nobody at all. And,
is there any particular LA variation on social distancing?
Well, if you look at videos, it seems to be ignoring it. That seems to be the answer.
Very LA.
Very hip, yeah.
A lot of, it's the hipsters. It's the farmers markets and stuff are still full of people. It's like, what about this aren't you getting? Stay home. Get your quinoa tomorrow. Get your kale next week. Here. You're nice people.
Now,
preservatives. Stay alive.
I know that you
get yourself a canned fruit.
Yeah.
I know that you have a lot of complicated rules about food preparation.
Yes.
Are you cooking?
You know what? Last night I made ravioli.
Oh, very nice.
I didn't hand make it.
Out of the can?
No, it was a prepackaged ravioli.
Sure.
But I literally came into my wife and I said, "So when do I know when it boils?" And she's like, she goes, "You're kidding me! You don't know how to boil water?" And I said, "I understand it, but then it says to just let it, then put it in, and then it'll just let it simmer. What do I do? What setting do I put that on?" She goes, "It'll simmer on its own." I'm like, all right, very good.
Very good.
Thanks.
Now,
Love you, hon.
Here's a tip, Jimmy. This is something Josh and I have mentioned for you. The best ravioli, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
That canned Chef Boyardee ravioli,
better than any restaurant I've ever had,
is delicious. And
Hang on, just so that I'm clear, and you're even going with the bottom, the Chef Boyardee.
Yes, that's what he's saying.
Unique brand.
This is not a commercial. I'm a big fan. I generally make all my own stuff from scratch, but that is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
You like the boy. Now, do you ever go to the chef's restaurant? Boy, when you get that ravioli in the restaurant, that is fantastic.
Oh,
Boyardee's,
of course.
Yeah, Boyardee's. It's hard to get into though, but I imagine somebody of your stature.
Well, his name, of course, was Chef Hector, and Chef Hector's been gone for quite some time.
He was a family friend friend of the Griswolds.
Does Jimmy know about this?
No.
Oh, I don't know this, but I'm glad that we're able to suck the funny out of some riff.
I think sucking the funny out of things has been our theme on today's show.
Today's show?
He's so insane. Jimmy, you have no idea. Maybe you do know how crazy he is.
Jimmy Pardo, for those not familiar with your work, because I don't know if they told you this, but we are broadcasting the show worldwide on American Forces Radio and on YouTube worldwide. We're getting email from places like Antarctica.
Oh, my goodness.
So a lot of people are seeing you for the first time. If they want to follow you, what's the best way to get a hold of Jimmy Pardo online?
Well, of course, at Jimmy Pardo on Twitter. And then, as I mentioned, my award-winning podcast, Never Not Funny, which we just yesterday, or the 7th, April 7th, was our 14th anniversary.
Wow.
Oh, very nice. Congrats.
Man.
Yes, thank you, Josh. So check that out. This week we got Mark Maron on, and he does not bring up cats or coffee once. So
wow. What do you guys think? Has Jimmy been as good as Kindler yesterday? Kindler was better yesterday, right?
I'm still on the line, Josh.
Oh, I'm sorry. It froze for a second. I thought you hung up.
Whoops.
I'm right here. What did Kindler do? Talk about Jim Belushi?
Now, last time you were on, Jimmy, did I not say live shows top 10 of all time, Jimmy Pardo?
And I say top 5.
Yeah.
Yes, and I thank you all for those high numbers. They seem very.
And if you remove the dead guys, we're talking top 6.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, I get bumped up. Wolford gets kicked out.
The funny just does not stop over there.
I was trying to figure out how could I remove the funny from that.
Holy moly!
Jimmy is the best, and again, find the podcast and give me the exact .coms, etc. Again, what was it, Jimmy?
Twitter is at Jimmy Pardo. JimmyPardo.com. NeverNotFunny.com is the podcast. I also have a web series on YouTube called Jimmy's Records and Tapes, which we just did all 21 episodes. But they're still, of course, as you know, they're on YouTube forever. So go back and check those out.
Oh, and what about the Jimmy Pardo cameo in a certain documentary?
Love it.
You can watch now more than ever the documentary about the band Chicago that I show up at the end credits and bring a smile to your face. Make me smile.
You know, Andy Kindler has a podcast too called Thought Spiral. That's out there.
It's very funny.
Pretty good.
You might want to get some.
His headphones went out.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay, before we go, it's time for a little contest. Jimmy Pardo, as you recall, was a member of the KISS Army.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At one time.
I'm currently AWOL, as you know, Tom.
Yeah, of course. Now, how many KISS shows have you been to, Jimmy?
You know, not as many as your man Ace, but I've been to, I think it's 30 plus, but I don't know how many exactly.
Ace, what have you got?
Around 300.
Around 300. Okay, well, that's over. Wow. That was quick.
Why did you have to leave the KISS Army?
Thank you for asking, Josh. I was willing to rock and roll all night. I was not willing to party every day.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Jimmy Pardo. Thank you, Jimmy.
Always
brilliant.
You guys.
Yes, you too, man.
See you, Jimmy.
You're wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, the hardest I've laughed in the last 5 years was at a Pardo show. Right now, I want to say that maybe you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Needing a little peace. Maybe you want the peace that only headphones bring.
How can you get away and still just sit there?
Yes, maybe you have to watch a 4-year-old, and you've been doing it for 12 hours and need a break. Headphones, my friends, and nothing's better than the new Raycon wireless earbuds. These are half the price of the little white ones that keep falling out. The beauty of the Raycons, among other things, is they have, and I don't know the word, I'm so sorry, they have adjustable, I call them the gaskets. The things that you put so they fit your ear just perfectly. But the most important thing is they're famous for having the best bass in the business. Mm-hmm. The Raycon, the everyday E25 earbuds, 6 hours of playtime, Bluetooth pairing just like that, plenty of bass, like I said. Raycon wireless earbuds. Now is the time. Maybe you're going on long walks and want to be on the phone and not hold a phone up to your ear. Maybe you are going on a long walk with someone and you tell them you have an important Bob and Tom show you have to listen to on a podcast.
I mowed for the first time yesterday, Tom, and had my Raycons in, and my gosh, I took my time. I'll be honest. I listened to.
Well, that's all well and good, but you know, celebrities like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And Chick McGee are obsessed with Raycons. It says that right here, and they are absolutely correct. I was on this a long time ago.
And you can get them. You can get them delivered right now. So check it out. All you got to do is go buyraycon.com/Tom. That's BUYRAYCON. Buyraycon.com/Tom. You just listen to your favorite radio station. Crank up the tunes. Buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. They are the best, and they're about half the price. Buyraycon.com/Tom. We're coming right back with, oh my gosh, my favorite story of the week. We haven't done it yet.
What is that?
the SpaghettiOs story.
Oh, yeah, I have it right here.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. It's no Chef Boyardee.
No.
It's SpaghettiOs. Uh-oh. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Hey, if you miss any of today's show, we will have an afternoon double play for you coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern. Christopher steps in, and we replay today's show back to back right here on Bob and Tom, 24/7. It's Thursday, April 9th. Yes, we are still here live and bringing you the funny each and every morning right here on Bob and Tom, 24/7. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The National Football League is turning the league's 2020 draft into a 3-day fundraiser to help 6 charities dealing with the virus. The Draftathon announced yesterday will benefit COVID-19 relief efforts and pay tribute to healthcare workers and first responders. Commissioner Goodell says in a statement that the Draftathon will deliver much-needed funding to many who are suffering as well as those on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. A Florida man has filed a lawsuit against Tiger Woods and his caddy, claiming he suffered injuries from the caddy pushing him out of the way during a tournament 2 years ago. The civil complaint filed Tuesday in Pinellas County and alleges Brian Barruso tried to take a selfie as Woods approached a tee shot left of the 13th green in the third round of the Valspar Championship. Barruso maintains caddy Joe LaCava intentionally shoved him and caused him to stumble and fall into the crowd before being treated for injuries at a hospital. And from the NBA, the Los Angeles Clippers are getting together for workouts while the season is suspended via video conference calls. Up to 10 players at a time tune in to do workouts led by the team's performance staff since the league shut down practice facilities because of the virus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, guy, it's Ken Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
First, there were rabbit ears. Then clumsy roof-mounted antennas. After that, there was cable. And finally, the new DSS satellite dish offering hundreds of channels. But still, there's nothing on. That is to say, there's nothing on when you want to see shows where the women have nothing on. Hi, I'm Bob Kaboya. And I used to be just as frustrated as you, shelling out cable fees hand over fist. Well, guess what? Now that fist is freed up for other things. Thanks to my new double DSS Erect TV satellite system. It's custom programming aimed at you, the discriminating viewer. Thanks to my new perfectly formed 38-inch twin satellite dishes. Whoever said smaller is better must be a homo. For a mere $69 a month, you'll receive my own personal choices of the best programming available. Disappointed in your premium channel movie fare? Why waste your money on Cinemax when you can get all the most stacked actresses, all nude, all the time on Skinemax? Or ready for more action? Try our most begged-for premium channel, HBJ. For instance,
tonight on HBJ, it's George Burns, John Denver, and Marilyn Chambers in Oh God, Oh God, plus the hilarious classic Bad News Bears, I'm Pregnant.
Like the classic old black and white stag films? Don't miss Nook at Night. Or for you ladies, Nickelodeon. Does your alternative lifestyle leave you hanging when it comes to adult programming? Well, with Double DSS, we're an equal opportunity provider.
Tonight on Gay Boy After Dark, it's the classic When Harry Met Billy.
I'll have what he's having.
Followed by the hilarious Ernest Goes Both Ways.
Not queer, you say? No need to fret. How about catching up on all the day's events reported by totally topless anchor women? Tune in to Skin NN's Headlight Nudes. It's around the globes in 30 minutes.
This is Skin NN.
C-SPAN covers Congress, but we also cover the UN, focusing on women's politics. It's Congress United Nations Television. It's CUN TV.
That's Bob Kavoyan's Double DSS, perfectly formed twin 38-inch dishes featuring satellite programming from USOB. Double DSS is a product of Television International Telecommunication Satellites. We are TITS. TITS. You'll like what you see.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, it's up to you. 9:47 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee, another update on the weather forecast,
Yeah, a lot of
please?
people still dealing with power outages, and it might get worse before it gets better because of the wind advisory that is in effect now until 8 o'clock tonight. So we could see some gusty winds of 50 miles an hour or more. Sunshine, look for a high of 51. Showers possible, though, late this afternoon into this evening. Clearing again overnight down to 38. Partly cloudy, 48 tomorrow. 45 right now.
Thank you very much. The Bob and Tom After Party starts in about 15 minutes. And also, don't forget to listen to Q95 for your shot at $1,000. That'll be happening as well. On a serious note, if you go to Q95.com, we have Team Indiana, our micro site, with a lot of information about various people out there working hard to get you food, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of important details about what's going on in the world right now. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. We have found ourselves in the big room with Chick, Josh, Ace, this is Tom. Then we go to the ancillary facilities, the Boom Boom Room.
Yeah.
Formerly known as the...
No.
Don't say it.
No, it's the Boom Boom Room. It's Pat Godwin. Hi, Pat.
I love it.
Chick.
The kids show. Well, never mind.
Hi, Christy.
Hi, Pat.
Someone suggested painting bars on the window.
So I feel at home. Thank you very much.
So looked like he's in jail. I love the way our listeners know about all that stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
That's hilarious, isn't it?
As family listens. Good job.
Here's Sheriff Taylor. Taylor arresting Pat.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
There's Christy Lee. She's in her own room, too.
Hi.
It's the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
My money's still happy.
This is Tom speaking. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I love these letters. I haven't read a lot of them today. I'll get to more tomorrow, but we certainly appreciate it. Wherever you are, let us know what you're doing, where you're doing it. And we're getting them from all over the place, including Antarctica, which was pretty amazing. So I'm glad everybody's doing okay. We hope you are. Christy, before you get to the SpaghettiO story.
Yes, sir.
Huge article in the New York Post.
About?
Sex do's and don'ts during the pandemic.
Yeah. Some people are saying the sex is off during the pandemic because people are there are too many kids around and the anxiety levels are high. And
A Brooklyn-based OBGYN, Dr. Amir Marashi, says, if you live alone, of course, take care of yourself.
Sure.
That's easy.
Well, he actually, if you live alone, of course, take care of yourself.
Hey,
you proud of yourself for that?
Yeah.
The person's a scientist. I'm sure they're wonderful.
What are the other?
I just want to read
Speaking
this.
into a microphone. You know that? When you say stuff like that?
I'm going to read this verbatim because you're not going to believe me when I say this.
Okay.
This is verbatim. She says, if you live alone, of course, you can take care of yourself. The Brooklyn-based OBGYN known as the Vagina Whisperer.
How about that?
Wow. Anyone want to take the echo joke?
No.
Okay. All right.
What is she known as, Tom?
The Vagina Whisperer.
Whisperer.
So what are some of the other suggestions she has?
Once again, this is during the pandemic. Other suggestions, don't do have
what? No, don't do what?
I'll tell you later.
Did you edit?
Yes. She suggests having relations with a doll of the adult type.
Okay, not like your Cabbage Patch Kid.
Not like a stuffed animal in your bed.
Although I'm sure, sadly, that's happened.
Random sofa arm.
Yeah, throw me that pound puppy.
And then take off your respirator before you engage in it. Okay, I made that one up. Sorry.
I knew it. I win the money. We did not get to the ravioli story.
Nope.
I'll get to it tomorrow.
And it's SpaghettiOs.
It's SpaghettiOs.
Whatever.
Anyway. That's a great story.
Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Grainger. Delivering the products that keep your facility running is what Grainger does best. They've been doing it for 90 years. Visit Grainger.com for whatever you need, whenever you need it. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
On second thought, the SpaghettiOs story, not really all that
pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to it. Can we talk about what we learned today?
Good gracious.
Okay, sorry.
Please.
Sorry.
Can you stay on one topic?
Nope.
We have a refrigerator full of chocolate Ready Whip.
And regular Ready.
Oh, I'm taking.
Is there regular
I haven't
in there?
seen the regular.
Well, I'll take that
Where's
home.
the
It's
regular?
way in the back of the box.
From Jared.
Our buddy Jared
Thank you,
from
Jared.
ConAgra Foods, yeah.
He suggests I take it home and try it with my, quote, old lady.
That's right. See what happens with the old lady.
Jared, that won't be happening, but I'm sure we'll enjoy it on some ice cream.
No, just
set it on the nightstand, see what's said.
I just would love to hear what she says.
I love David Rush's new record. He taped taped a laundry basket to his back, and his buddy heaved tennis balls in it, and he broke the world record, 85 balls in 1 minute. That's amazing.
Hey, Rush, take 5, all right?
Calm down. There's a play. Okay? Stop it.
Please don't buy tiger kittens. I'm so concerned that this Tiger King thing is going to get people the wrong idea that, oh, wow, you can get a tiger for $2,000. Let's get one, Mom.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
And don't get your kids bunnies for Easter and chickens and come on. You don't have a farm there, okay? Tiger King has been watched by at least 34 million people in the first 10 days.
Boy.
34 million different people, according to Variety. Coach Fontaine called.
He sure did.
He's getting ready for the Little League draft.
You understand.
All the kids are in quarantine.
Eyes on me, ears on the message.
There's an interesting story about the amount of drinking going on while people are working at home, drinking alcohol. And for some reason, apparently in Hawaii, it's like, what was it, 64% of the people work at home in Hawaii are boozing it up? Mm-hmm. Oh, hope they're not brain surgeons. Let's see. We talked about the Mexican Batman, and we've had some requests. Tomorrow we'll squeeze in the fabulous song Buttman.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
And we learned.
Stop!
And we learned about Redbone, which was sort of a shock to me. But we didn't play that great song. We'll do that tomorrow. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. BobandTom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
At the end of my will, it goes. It ends on a happy note. Actually, at the end of my will, it says.
Pushing buttons.
He's just pushing buttons. It's Tom's will.
with guest stars.
You know, there is one that he says, The Fugitive.
The Fugitive.
Thank you.
The first one we're playing, play that first one again. It's
Okay.
we're going to play at your memorial. It's
Okay, go.
The Funeral. Starring Tom Griswold.
As himself.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks to our West Coast Mountain correspondent Al Jackson for his quiz today, and comedian Jimmy Pardo for stopping by. Couldn't do it without our special guests, and we couldn't do it without you listening in each and every morning. We certainly appreciate it. Ace Cosby up next with The Work Farce. I'm Mark Allison. Have yourselves a great afternoon. We'll see you right back here Friday morning with another edition of The Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
New from the Bob and Tom Toy Company, it's Trophy Wife Barbie.
Trophy Wife Barbie, the empty-headed doll. Trophy Wife Barbie loves shopping at the mall. She can't sew or bake a cake. Who cares if her boobs are fake? Trophy Wife Barbie, she's a living doll.
Trophy Wife Barbie comes with the following accessories: thong bikini, high heels, miniature brass pole, push-up bra, collagen applicator, and an engagement ring twice as big as First Wife Barbie. Sorry, Trophy Wife Barbie's husband sold separately. We'd like to say she comes with her husband, but she doesn't. She does, however, come with Pedro, the pool boy.
Barbie, I don't work in the yard. I'm Trophy Wife Barbie. I've got a gold credit card. I used to work at Dairy Queen. And now I've got a limousine. I'm Trophy Wife Barbie. I'm a living doll. Oh, singing is hard, but not as hard as my music teacher.
Trophy Wife Barbie, her husband's getting ill. Trophy Wife